Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry for the slight delay. We are here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Makeup. My name is Lisa. This is Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. Oh my God, dogs! Really? Do you have to go in your bed? Ah, literally. Ah, you've just spilled coffee everywhere. If you have to go in your bed, I will put you in your bed. You were going to be a good boy. No, all of you, just sit there now. All of you sit there, please. Sit there. Oh my God. Good morning, everybody. It is Coffee and Makeup here on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. I don't know whether the notifications have gone out or not. I was a little bit late setting up the stream today because I am really struggling with the old fibro at the moment. It's really tough. So yeah. Anyway, today's, as you can see in the title, today we are going to be playing with the Nikkie Tutorials X BeautyBay palette. Love this palette so much. So that's what we're going to be doing a little bit later. It's what the main part of the stream is going to be today. I just need to, luckily, my coffee was on a paper towel because, oh, that has gone everywhere. Literally. Thank you, dogs. Thank you, dogs, for that. It's all over the table, all over. I know it wasn't your fault. It's just them being rambunctious. But yes, good morning, everybody. I do hope you are well, as hopefully a few people are finding the stream. I don't know whether notifications have gone out or anything. YouTube's been really funny with us recently. I don't know whether YouTube doesn't like the fact that I haven't uploaded the videos midweek like I normally would. But to be honest with you, I've just been too poorly to be able to do them. I really have. So yeah, but anyway, we are here live. So welcome if you are just joining us. If you are here as part of the replay crew, please say hello in the chat. Oh, I've just realized I haven't got my light on. Eddie, stop biting Alvy. Stop it. No. He puts his ears back and he goes, oh, I'm so cute. I'm sorry, I'm so cute. It's like, no. Right, let's just have a little look. See, there we go. Put the light on. That's a bit better, isn't it? You can see then. So then, everybody, yes, hello, good morning. As you know, Rufus is currently in that there Essex, helping out with family. So I am kind of up here on me Todd at the moment, which is fine. You know, it's fine. Everything's good. He's doing what he needs to do to support his mum and dad, so that's great. And they're doing a lot better. So that's doing really well. So that's good, to be honest with you. But of course, it does mean that I'm up here on my own, just me and the doggos. So yay! It's a good job you can't see what was just happening, Eddie. I don't think she wants you to do that, mate. Just have a little sleep, please. Or you'll have to go back in your bed. Because we can't have that sort of thing on the live stream. No, we can't. No, we can't. None of that on the live stream. Good morning, Anita. Has notifications gone out then, my darling? Major Spanner is in the house. Good morning, my love. Have the notifications gone out then, Neat? Is that why you've popped on? Or was it just like, is she streaming? Yeah, so let me know if the YouTube sent the things out, because I'm not entirely convinced that it's doing it right at the moment. Eddie, listen, we know you're a teenager now, but literally you've got the choice of either not humping or going in your bed and then humping the dragon. It's up to you. Yes, now Alvy is on my lap, which means I'm going to get very little done. Patricia's here. Good morning, Patricia, on that there Facebook. Hello, my darling. I hope you are well. Oh, I love that sparkly picture. I hope you are well. Yes, it's gone out. You've just finished up a meeting. Are you still doing your training today, my love? Are you still are you still training? Yeah, so good morning, everyone. We're going to be playing with the Nikkie Tutorials palette, as I said. By the way, if you are here as part of the replay crew, how about popping an emoji in the chat? How about what emoji is apt for today? How about the ambulance emoji? I think there's an ambulance one, isn't there? Yes, pop the ambulance emoji in the chat, because Rufus's dad is now home. We are so pleased. Both his parents are back home. That is phenomenal. I'm so happy for them. I really am. It's amazing. So yes, his dad came home in an ambulance on, I think it was it only yesterday? It might have only been yesterday, or it might have been the day before. It might have been Wednesday, actually. I can't remember, because, you know, time. But anyway, his dad came home in in one of those ambulance things, you know, the ones where they take 4 or 5 people home at once. And they drove through London. Oh, it was Wednesday night, because they drove through London at ridiculous o'clock, through the traffic, through everything. So yes, yay! Anita's doing her training today on the Nikkie Tutorials palette. Yes, you've got your palette and brushes by the side of your laptop, so you can follow along. Well, Anita, it's all going to depend on what everybody chooses in the chat. Little Miss Budget is here. Good morning, Ness, my darling. I watched your Project Pan. Mine is literally on the laptop. It has taken me since Monday to edit. It is, oh my God, my brain is falling out of my ears at the moment. It's really, oh my God, it's so, like, this week, trust this week to be the week when I'm poorly. This is the week that Rufus is away. Oh my Lord. Talk about stress levels through the roof and pain through the roof. Everything's just been atrocious. So yeah, just getting up and sitting here is, to be honest with you, a bit of a victory today. But yes, I did watch your Team Project Pan, and I've just seen you've got another one up as well. My goodness, you're on this YouTube thing at the moment, aren't you? You are on it. You are on it like a car bonnet. Good girl. Good girl. That's all I can say. You will start to get picked up by that YouTube algorithm. Or rather, the algorithm's not like that, is it? The algorithm's like this. That's the algorithm, because nobody knows what the hell it's doing. So yeah, that's the algorithm. So I am so happy that that you are releasing so many videos, because that's going to go really well for you. I'm telling you, I really am. You bet I miss him. Oh my God, I can't tell you how much I miss him. Like, this is as bad. Well, it's not quite as bad as when he was in hospital. But I do keep getting messages and that, and like we speak about 4 times a day on the phone, so it's not like we're not in contact, and video call and all sorts. I mean, he video called, I don't know whether I should say this, I'm going to. He video called me the other day as I was getting dressed, and so I was like, no, just getting dressed. Oh, there's some breasts on your screen. And then I suddenly thought, oh, I hope he's like not just sat there, his mum and dad are sat behind him, and there's my tits out on screen going, hi. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, nothing. It made me giggle so much, and then I was just like, oh, what if hi, oh look, say hello to Mum. Hi. Oh God, it made me giggle anyway. It did make me giggle. So yes, but I do miss him. I miss him. Oh my God. It just goes to show that I can't be without him. I really can't be without him. I'm useless without him. Like, even when I sit here and I go, oh, you know, he's been poorly. You know, when he was like 6 months ago, when he could barely move because of COVID and everything, or 8 months ago, it was like, you know, at least he's there and I'm getting up and I'm doing things, but at least he was there. Whereas now it's like I'm getting up and doing the same things, but I'm really struggling. But anyway, yay, they are back home together. Yay, they are, Patricia. Thank you. They're doing so well together. His mum, as soon as his dad came out of hospital, his mum was like, right, I'll go and put the kettle on then. Shuffles off to the kitchen, and it was like, oh, suddenly she's got like that purpose again. So yeah, it was lovely to hear. Lovely to hear. Your view count's a lot better than this time last year. Absolutely. So then this is your 11:15 reminder. Go and check out the channels that are linked down in the description box here on the YouTube. Okay, so people like Ness, Little Miss Budget, who's got a channel. Her channel is all about makeup on a budget. So she's got different palettes. She reviews things like the La Cura range from Aldi, and dupes and palettes from Amazon and things like that. So if you like your makeup and you like your looks, but you don't want to spend a shed load of money, check out Nessa's channel, because she does some really, really good reviews and really good stuff, and she's as authentic as they come. Like, she just genuinely is, and I love Nessa. Go and check out her channel and all the other creators down in the description box, the Authentic Army. Do go and check those out as well. So yeah, Amanda Greenslade is here. Hello, Amanda. Hi, hope you are well. Everybody's saying hello to Amanda. Oh, look at that. Patricia saying I'm funny. Thank you, Patricia. I hope you mean funny, haha, not funny, because I've been a bit funny all my life, so you know. Can you even say things like that anymore? Oh, funny. Ooh. You know, I don't know. So yes, I do have my makeup brushes just here. I was about to say I can't find my color swish. I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where it is, and it's literally on the table in front of me. I have pre-soaked my. Oh, it's gone cold. That was really nice. It was in really super hot water earlier, so it was really nice, and like I was. You know when you get your blender and you've wet it and it's all like wrung out, and then it's nice and warm and you're just like, oh, that feels so nice. Whereas now actually it's quite cool. Oh, that feels really nice actually. Yeah, it's got a bit cold, but I do have my coffee. So my first cup is my packed coffee, this month's packed coffee. I can't remember what I got, but it's nice. It's just a little bit of oat milk in here and my sweeteners, so there's no flavoring in this one, and it's got a really nice hint of something. You know, when you drink coffee, especially in Starbucks, where when you've drunk it, you've got that burnt taste at the back of your mouth, sort of. This isn't that. At the back of your mouth with this, there's like a sweetness that comes through, and I can't remember what it's supposed to be. And I need to go and have a look at the little leaflet that came with it, the little card thing, because it's something I recognise, but it's not strong enough, because it's not a flavoured coffee. It's just like hints of the beans. So there's something, but I can't quite work out exactly what it is. But yes, so that is my first cup. She says, dribbling it down herself. I've got my second cup ready to go. Well, yeah, it is ready to go. And that one is that's the grind coffee that I've picked up as well. But that has got some, I think I put vanilla in that one. And then I've got my third cup, just because I don't know how long this live stream is going to be. And that one's got salted caramel flavouring in. So I am all set to go this morning, but trust me, I need the caffeine. So let me I tell you what can I do for a slurp while I finish this? Have I got a swooshy on this channel? Oh, talking of coffee, I tell you what. Oh no, I know what we'll do. We'll say good morning to everybody who is here on the live. And if you are part of the replay crew, please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because it really helps me out with YouTube's algorithm, but it will also let you know when I upload a video. Now, if it doesn't, do please make sure that you check your bell icon and change your settings to all. That's super important. And then you become part of the Coffee Morning crew. There we go. I finished that. So if you don't know why I tend to play things like that whilst I'm slurping my coffee, it's literally because I have misophonia, and misophonia is like random noises can. Oh my god! I don't know whether it's psychological or a hearing issue or what it is, but it's a condition where basically certain noises, they don't just put your teeth on edge; they absolutely create rage, and absolute like unbridled rage. It's the only way I can describe it. And for me, it's mouth noises. So you know, if you hear somebody go like that, oh my god, it drives me insane. Literally insane. So yes, that's why I tend to drop the sound or whatever, or play something whenever I'm drinking coffee. Even the dogs with their bones, even that can be really triggering. Talking of which, the dogs are on the sofa. They are out and about today. If they act up, Eddie, if they act up, then I might have to go in their beds later. But hopefully, he's a big boy now, so hopefully they'll all be good. They'll all be good, won't you? You're going to be a good boy. You're going to be a good boy. Yeah, he says he is. So hopefully they'll all be good, and we'll be able to do the stream absolutely fine. But if so, you know, just a little quick just a little quick reminder. We do have dogs. They do make noises. Sometimes they snore, or they eat, or they drink their drink, or they grind their bones. I know what that's like for me when I'm sat here. Made the mistake the other day of giving all three of them marrow bones, didn't I? Whilst I was sat trying to edit something. And even though I had my headphones on, all I could hear were three dogs grinding on marrow bones, going. And then once they'd kind of got the little bit off the end, you know, like the bones, and then you've got the dry bits when you cook them, they were then trying to get their teeth into the bit of the bone to, oh my God, all I could hear over the top of me editing, over the top of everything, was just, oh my God. But anyway, let's crack on. So then, today we are going to play with the Nikkie Tutorials palette. As I keep saying, it's the one on BeautyBay. Now, if you haven't got this palette, it is stunning, absolutely stunning. You've got to go for physio. Enjoy your coffee. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you have a lovely time. I hope you're well at physio. I meant to say hi properly yesterday, but my head was up my bum, and I was struggling to even talk to anybody, to be honest. I was so poorly. I felt so dead. I felt like I looked like I'd been scraped off the floor, run through a hedge backwards, and generally I just felt crap, to be honest. And so I was like, oh no, I'm coming. So yeah, apologies that I didn't kind of go, hello everyone. So yeah, but anyway, hopefully we should go for coffee. That's what we should do, Patricia. We should go for coffee soon. Send me a message on that there Facebook. But yeah, have a lovely time at physio if you can, and I'll speak to you soon. And I might even be on later anyway, because hopefully this isn't going to be a 4-hour live stream, but you know, who knows? I just enjoy talking to y'all. So Anita, you're ready. Please don't make it too difficult, everyone. You're no expert. Well, no, this is it, you see. Thank you, Patricia. You only do simple looks, neat, so don't worry. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? We don't know what we're going to end up doing today, so it's going to be down to everybody here on the chat. Now, we have only got 5 or 6 watching at the moment, so it's fine. Like, we do this whether it's just me on my own, but it does, of course, mean that if you are watching this, your vote as to the color story and everything else that we end up doing today, your vote could be super, super important. So then, let me just get my brushes out and ready. My brushes are open. So if you don't know this palette, this is the Nikkie Tutorials X BeautyBay palette. It was released at the end of October time, was it? In 2020. Was that right? Something like that. Anyway, it's been around for about a year and a half, just under, or just over a year, something like that. And it is actually a pressed pigment and eyeshadow palette. Now, I'm not going to go through which ones are pressed pigment and which ones are eyeshadows, but what I will say is that my tip, after having used this a fair bit over the last since I've had it, and I got this when it first came out on release, my advice would be to treat all of these colors as if they are pressed pigments. Now, if you've never used a pressed pigment palette, basically what you have to do with a pressed pigment palette is be very sure what color you're picking up and where you're putting it. Okay, so this isn't one of those palettes where you can kind of, you know, meander around and blend and, you know, oh, I'm just going to be very gentle with that and very subtle, and if I make a mistake I can blend it out. This isn't one of those palettes. This is a lot more like the James Charles Morphe palette, or some of the other pressed pigment palettes. It's a lot more like an indie palette, where basically when you use the colors, because they're pressed pigments, a pressed pigment is more likely to stain, and it's more likely to have a lot more bang for your buck, basically. So what I felt, with one exception actually, now I do know there was a round 1 and round 2 of this palette. So I do think that when they re-released it, because originally it sold out, and I do think on the restocks, I think that possibly they changed the formula to this blue one down the bottom, this one that's called Amsterdam. I think that may well have actually been altered ever so slightly, and I'll explain why as we go along. But this is what the palette looks like. So we've got neutrals ish, there's browns, there's sort of, you know, your more gentle colors, And then we've got some crackingly bright and beautiful colors and some amazing, amazing shimmers. So yes. Now, when Nikki released this palette, she was talking about that this is the light and dark side of Nikki. So you've got the Barbie pink side and you've got the dark spooky side. So I really like that. The bright pink side is all sort of for her brights, and the spooky side is for all of the darker colors and the spookies. Now, you might notice, although there's a spooky side, there is no black in this palette. The darkest we go is to this sort of burgundy type shade up here, and this brown. So these two are the darkest shades that we've got in the palette. So you can do smooky. You know what a smooky look is, don't you? It's a spooky smoky look, or a smoky spooky look. So when you do a smoky look, you you can really wing that out and have lots of fun with that. Now, I was going to do 2 looks with this palette today, one from each side. So if you wanted to do a more colorful, you could, and if you wanted to do a more basic, you could. But I probably need to go to the shops later. So to protect myself from having to take my face off and then reapply, hang on, let me just plug you all in. I've just realized that you're not plugged in on the camera. But to save myself having to take it all off and completely reapply, then I think it's probably best just to do 1 look today. So maybe we'll just do 1 today. Maybe we'll bring this one back in a few weeks' time. Little Miss Budget says there are some nice duochromes in this palette. There are some stunning duochromes, and there's also, so let's briefly go through the shades. Okay, so you've got on the lighter side, I guess, we've got this bright orange. There's a bright orange which is called Redemption. The pink is called Blend and Snap. Then we've got this underneath the pink, we've got actually, I'm not going to go through all the shades because, you know, that'll be bizarre. That would be a good video though, 2 different sides at a later date. Well, if you're, I mean, if we don't go on too late today, if we sort of end at around 2ish, then I'll have enough time to still be able to nip out and go to Iceland and like take one of the eyes off. So, okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do two looks on each side of my face. Okay, let me just make sure that the light is going to be spot on in the center. There we go. So we'll do 2 looks on each side of my face. One, we can do a more neutral, and so we can either do a neutral side or and a bright side, or we can do like a bright side and a gothy side. So what would you all prefer? So that'll be your first question right then. So in the chat, well, I say in the chat, we've got 3 or 4 people watching now, so that's all, but that's fine. So then don't do 2 looks today, you're following. All right, okay, so we'll just do the 1 look today. So would you prefer that we do a bright and sort of the pinker side or the darker side of the palette? What would people prefer that we do? Because mixing the 2 together might be really weird. So would you like a sort of a neutral with a pop of color, or would you like sort of a slightly more gentle color but on the pink side, or would you prefer the black side? So then 3 options. Option 1, neutral with a pop of color. Option 2 is pink side, so bright, and option 3 is dark side, so gothy or spooky and smoky. So what would you prefer? Neutral with a pop of color, so like the Morphe color range, or would you prefer the bright pinks or the spooky smoky? So say that in the chat as I remember that I've got a video here. So as we make the choice, put that in the chat, 1, 2 or 3. So 1 is smoky with a pop, 2 is the pink bright side, and 3 is the smoky. Because it is an interactive get ready with me, so let's see what people are saying in the chat. Oh, right, okay, so we have, because we've got so few on, we've got a split here. We've got pink side is split with spooky. So then Oh, don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. So then, if you haven't voted yet, your vote literally could swing it right now. So would you prefer the pink side, the bright side, or the spooky side? What would people prefer? The smoky, spooky, or the bright? I mean, literally, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Um, how about how about how about we do a fairly bright-ish side with a little bit of smoking out? So we kind of bring the two together. So we don't do a full-on goth side, but we do a brighter color scheme with a little bit of a smoked look. So how about we combine the two? Right then. So let's have a look. What do we want to do then today? So we can go this is the first time I want you to choose pink. Okay. Well, I am wearing pink, so maybe we'll do pink today. And there is the beautiful, beautiful Pride shade, which has got pink and blue in, which is the really, really stunning shimmer shade, which is this one. For those that don't know, it's this one just down here on the bottom corner. So yeah, maybe we'll do that then. Maybe we'll do that then. Right then. So let's start with some eye products. So I am going to do a very quick bit of skincare because I did forget that this morning, partly because I was messing about with the dog. So I'm going to very quickly put some products on my face. Well, I'm not going to do the full skincare routine, but I'm going to do a very quick little skincare, a quick version. So I'm using some Argyle Locks. This is the Argyle line from Skin Labo. I'm just placing that mainly on my forehead and then taking down the rest of it over my face. So that's cool. We're going to, I tell you what, because Anita wants pink and because Ness from Little Miss Budget is wanting the spooky, smoky side, we'll do the pink and we'll use that deeper purple as well. So we'll go from a pink to a purpley shade. And then what I'll do, Nate, is because I know that you don't want to go too dark and gothy, we'll keep it a little bit lighter on one side and a little bit darker on the other. And then what I can do afterwards is I can darken up the light side and make them match and keep it all the same. There we go. Talk about that for versatility, eh? How about that? Right, so I'm now going to use the Balance Vitamin C serum. Look at my, look, I don't know whether you can see, look at my poor skin on my wrist. Can you see that? That's just from wearing my watch. It kind of rubs. It's just, I don't know whether it's like contact psoriasis or something, but it's just a little bit of flaky skin. It's really weird. Just from wearing my watch band, I think it irritates my skin a little bit. Right, so this is the vitamin C one. It feels so nice. Now, honestly, I don't mind using the vitamin C in the mornings at the moment because of the weather is a bit rubbish, isn't it? But I do have to say that once the weather starts warming up again and we get into the more sunny summer months, I will then start having to use an SPF with if I'm using the vitamin C, because if you do use vitamin C, it can make you more prone to sun damage. Now, because I've had the skin cancer scare a few years back, there is no way that I am going to risk ever going through that again and ever going through that worry. And because it's something that mum had, like my mum had some moles removed because they were turning a bit funny. It's just not something that I ever want to run the risk of. So this is the Symbiosis Hyaluronic Acid and Pulalan. So yeah. So one of the videos I have to edit is the Rocker Box mystery box with all 4 boxes. I got all 4, didn't I? I don't know why I got all 4, but I did get all 4. So yeah, I have a box now of products and stuff to put on Depop. Still not got round to it. My plan was this week, right? My plan this week was Right, by the way, if you've all done your skincare, I apologize for the delay. I'm just going in with my hemp, Dr. Botanicals hemp moisturizer. This is just my, oh God, this is just my everyday all over face cream, or all over moisturizer for my face, and I love it. And it really, for me, it just helps my skin. It deals with any rosacea, and it just kind of, as you can see, I put it on fairly thick, but it just really soothes my skin. It's one of the best moisturizers that I have ever found for my particular skin type. And I love it because it's not greasy at all. Once it sinks in, it doesn't leave like a greasy film. But what it does do is it absolutely, like on my dry spots, it moisturizes them. But where just on my T-zone, just here, I can get a little bit of oil, it doesn't exasperate that. And because of the hemp in it, because of, like, I don't know if it is actually CBD, but I think it is just hemp. But whatever it is, in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit on my wrist. That's a good idea on that dry skin. But I tell you what, it's just the weirdest thing, because it works on all of my different skin things, and I find it, I don't know, I find it like 10 times better than some of the moisturizers that are like 80 quid, 90 quid, and this one's 15.99 full price. So I mean, well, look, it's got rid of that flaky skin entirely. I don't understand how it can be so good at that price. I honestly don't. But yeah, there we go. Dr. Botanicals. Yay. Yay for Dr. Botanicals. Oh, and I've got a code. Lisa 20% off at checkout. I wasn't saying it for that, but yeah, if anyone wants some, sign up to their newslettery thing, or I think it's their newsletter. There's a way you can sign up on their website, drbotanicals.com. co.uk.com, don't know. I think the link's down below anyway. But there's a way you can sign up, and then they send you like, would you like this? I keep getting the same one for the Cocoa Noir serum, and it's like, look, I've got 2 in my stash, I don't need any more. But they're like, it was $59.99, now it's yours for $7.99, and I'm like, I've got 2, I don't need another one. But yeah, it's so good. But if you sign up on their website, you can get random discounts off certain products. You just can't choose those. But if you want anything off their website, use Lisa 20 for 20% off at checkout. I know, right? Like a proper YouTuber. Right then, so I'm going to let that sink in a little bit. Now, do you all have, for those watching along at home, do you have an eye primer? Because we can either use an eye primer or not. Now, to be fair, with this palette, you don't need an eye primer because it is pressed pigments, or largely pressed pigments. You don't actually need an eye primer. So this is the box it comes in. And you should all have, when you get this, a little postcard in amongst the packaging. And you think, oh, that's lovely. There's a little message from Nikki. There is, but that's not why this is here. It's here because it's got a list of all the colours. And then there is a little barcode, a little code on here telling you the best way to apply them, whether that is with a brush or with a finger. Because some of them are best applied with a finger and some are best applied with a brush. So that does help. Right, Anita's got her eyes already primed. So I am going to use my Eye Elements Core. You're primed and ready as well. Right. Oh, you've got your tape on and everything. Right. Fabulous. Right. Okay. Let me just catch up then. Do you know my favorite thing, or one of my favorite things about this palette? Like, one of my favorite things, like, yes, it's got a lovely color story, but because I am, you know, I'm 45. Oh, by the way, all of you watching this that said on the Weigh In Wednesday video that Rufus, oh my God, I can't believe he's 47. I tell you all the time that he's 2 years older than me and I'm 45. So, like, I keep telling you how old he is and nobody believes me. I mean, look at my bags under my eyes. This is what happens when your husband goes away for like 10 days and you haven't seen him. Like, look at this. Look how bad these bags are getting. It's going to take a lot more than concealer to deal with these, I'm telling you. But anyway, so everybody's saying, oh, I can't believe how old he is. Yes, he is that old. I know. But anyway, the best thing about this palette is this magnifying glass side. Although, to be fair, wow, I've just realised I obviously didn't take all of my mascara off when I that's interesting, because I used a toner as well this morning, so that should have completely come off. That's weird. That is very weird. Right, okay, so then I'm dipping into this one. I love this. I absolutely love this. This is in my team project pan at the moment, and you'll see my update on this. It should be up, oh god, it should be up tomorrow. Ed's here. Good morning, Ed. How are you? Hello all. Are you in London, my friend? Have you left yet? What's happening? I hope you're well, Ed. I hope you're doing phenomenally well. Right, so I've got my my primer ready. So using the magnified mirror side, I love that. And I love when Nikki said about it on the release video. She was like, you know, we all need a little help, and not all of her fans are like 12, but even if you are super young and you don't have eyesight issues, like just having a magnifying element there is super useful, just to be able to see exactly what it is you're doing. And like, trust Nikki to do that, innit? Trust Nikki. I love Nikki tutorials. Like, I haven't got a bad thing to say about her. Like, amazing that she came out as trans. I had no idea. You know, I did a whole video on the other channel, I think it's still on, about Nikki coming out and being trans and the blackmail and all of that. I did a whole video about that and my view on her as a trans woman, and like whether she lied and whether there was any responsibility for her to, you know, tell her truth about her gender and all of that stuff. And I did a whole video, so if you're interested in that, I will try and link it down below in a bit, after the stream. So yeah, right, so I have my eye primer on. This is such a good, do you know what, if you all watched my, oh look, here we go, it's like a Hollywood movie now where I can get the angle just right, and then all of a sudden, look at that, there we go. If I do it like that, can you see? There we go. Hi. Now I look like, with that light on my eyes, I look like Joan Crawford in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Oh, you stopped at the services for a toilet break. Oh, fantastic, Ed. Are you on the are you on the coach, or the, oh, you must be on the coach then, not on the bus. If you're on the coach, has it got Wi-Fi? Wow. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. I really do hope you're doing well on that journey. Right then, so I've got my eye primer on. My eyes look terrible underneath. Look how baggy they look. But anyway, I have just realized as well, I don't have any wipes, so I've only got my Daily Concepts rounds thing. Hi, Jessica. Jessica Ryan is here. Hello, my love. How are you? I hope you are well. Right then, so we have decided today, everybody, we have decided today that we are doing the Nikkie Tutorials palette, and we are doing the pink and purpley looks. So that is what we have voted for in the chat. So let me just get my brushes out. So then what brush you want is kind of a fluffy flat brush. So somewhere in between a blending brush and a packer, if that makes sense. So if you've got a brush that's a little bit like any of these three, so not, I mean, that one there is domed, so this one is domed, that would just about work. This one here in the middle is actually an angled brush, so that also would just about work. But ideally, and again, I can use any of those brushes to be fair, but ideally you want something that is a little bit more like this, like a flatter. You see how that end tip of that is flat? So like the end is ever such a slight dome, but that is a pretty much flat top. And as you rotate it round, it is just like the bristles go out like this into a flat top. Now, the reason we want that is because as this is a pressed pigment, you want to be able to pick it up, but also we're going to use this fluffiness to actually blend. So ideally, that's the sort of brush that you want, is something where you can pick up the colors, but also they will also blend quite nicely. Right. Now, We're going to go in first of all with the shade Basic Truth. Now, I love this because Truth is Dutch for female dog, right? So Basic Truth, which basically means basic. We're going to go in with that on the flat brush, and you just want to pick it up so that you've got enough coating the top, as you can see. But you kind of, I've got a little bit on the side. So as I've put my brush on, I've gone in like this, swirled it, but also moved the brush slightly on the sides. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to be using this color as the setting color and the transition color for my primer. Okay, now, again, remember, wherever you put your brush, once you've got it loaded with color, the first place you touch on your face is where most of the color is going to go on. Okay, always remember that, particularly with this palette being a pressed pigment. So wherever you touch this down, that is where the color is going to stick to the hardest, especially if you're using a primer. But even if you're not, even if this is just going on to completely bare skin, wherever you lay your brush, that's your zone. See what I did there? But yeah, that's true, right? Wherever you put your brush, that's where most of the powder is going to go. So we want to start on the outer corner, okay? So on the outer corner. So you just basically place your brush and then take it across your, effectively your crease line and slightly up, because this is going to be our transition shade. And you want to really place this windscreen wiper motion all the way across the eye, into the inner corner and out. So we're not going all the way into the inner corner. Hiya, love. My husband is here. Oh God, I'm not going to cry. Hello, love. Good morning to you, my sweets. How are you? Jessica says, oh, what was that? You've an idea for a makeup live stream? You could pick Marvel characters you like, recreate their makeup look in your own way. That's not a bad idea, actually, Jess. That's not a bad idea at all. Oh, look, Rufus is here just as I'm doing a tutorial, and I can't cry because I've got eye primer on. But Rufus, look how bad my eyes look. Look at these bags. Oh, also, Rufus, also, have you seen the comments on the Weigh-In Wednesday video from last night with everybody saying, I can't believe he's 47. I was shocked. They're all like, oh yeah, Lisa's 45. I can see that. Rufus is 47. I can't believe that. I know, right? Right then, we're going to do the same on the other eye, everybody. So take up that Basic Truth color, pop it. So again, you've got lots of color, not tapping off because we want this color on the brush. And then we're just literally starting on the outer corner and going in and then back, and then slowly taking that brush up higher. And again, the reason I like this brush, if I go super close, you can see as I apply it to the skin, it kind of bends quite nicely, but also it fans out a little bit. So that's what I'm wanting, to really, really build that up. Tap back in and go again. So this is really just as a transition shade, but also as a setting shade just on the crease bit. So there we go. So that's pretty much what we want to do. And then I am going to then go in with the shade, what do we want? Hang on a second. I'm just going to do a little quick comparison on the back of my hands just to see. Right, yes. Then we're going to go in with the shade Zoma, which is Dutch for summer. And it's this shade just down here. Now, it's a slightly orangey tone, or peachy maybe. It's sort of got hints of pink and stuff. But we're going to use that same brush, pick up a fair bit of the color, but we are going to tap off just once, just so we don't have it all over everywhere, right? So take that, and then again, we're going to apply this, but because we are going to go deeper, we're going to start this time on the center of the eye. Again, using that same principle that where we put this first is going to be the deeper color. And we're going to take this from the center of the eye to the inner eye, okay? So we're not going out yet. We're going from the center of the eye to the inner eye. So again, start the brush just on the crease line and go in and then back to that corner. And so literally we're just placing this color on that inner eye on that inner corner. So if you can see it like that, so there's nothing here. The color is just in this corner bit, right? So now I'm going to swap to a slightly different brush. I've got a slightly more, well, that's actually quite a big one, but let's find a more standard packet brush. Right, I've got this is a Spectrum BO4 brush, but it is just a fairly flat-ish. Hang on, where can I show you? How can I show you? There you go. Look, it's a fairly flat brush, but this one just happens to be angled. Don't worry if yours isn't angled, it doesn't matter. And we're going to pick up that Zoma color again on a flat brush, and this time we're going to now pack just underneath. So where we've just laid that first color down on that upper bit for the transition, we're just now putting this down over that eye, not all the way down to the bottom of the lid, just kind of on that mobile lid, and then going back with that first brush back into Zoma and doing the same on the other eye. You're doing okay, just a bit tired from the stairs, don't like me. Blendy, blendy, blend, blend, blend. Exactly, that's what we're going to do that in a minute, love. We're not blending yet. Again, one tap off, middle of the eye into the corner, middle of the eye into the corner, just there. And then you can use this same brush if you wanted to, just to pack that color on like so as well. To be fair, you don't need to change brushes, but it is just a way of having that color just on that inner corner bit. And then what we want to do, so if you've got a brush cleaner or a color switch or something, just clean off that first brush or use a clean domed blending brush. So let me just see if I can find my, there we go. If you've got a clean domed blending brush, one that's like this shape, so it's got a really domed head, just use that. And basically what you want to do is finagle the color. So we're going, as you can see, the color is still only on the first half of the eye. We're just taking this brush and we're going to slowly blendy, blendy, blendy circles. We're going to blend that color into itself. We're not moving it anywhere. And then we're going to slightly take it up. So if you haven't got a lot of space between your mobile lid, your crease and your eyebrow, be very careful on this because you don't want to go too high. If you're like me and you've got a fair bit of space, then you can take it up slightly higher, particularly if you've got hooded lids, because you do want to see that color peeking out over that hood. So if you see on this eye, you can just about see, as I'm looking directly at the camera, you can see that there's just a little bit of that pink showing through just there on my crease, and the same on this eye. And that's the effect that you want to get. So you can see that little color, but it isn't like, oh, in your face bright pink, because we're going to go in with those deeper shades now. Okay, so grab your coffee, have a slurp, everyone. Right then. What are you lot getting down for? I mean, it's fine if you don't want to sit up here with mummy, but you know. No, we're not going out yet. No, you've only just come back in like an hour ago. You don't need to go and sit outside. No, you're not going out and eating all the grass, Ruby Doo. She's out there eating grass today. I don't know why. And now he's having a drink. Right. So now we're going to go in with the pink shade, which is blend and snap. Blendy, blendy, blend and snap. So this is that pink shade. We're using that same brush, that same sort of fluffy, flat-ish topped applicator brush that we were just using for the basic troop color and the Zoma. And we're taking a fair bit on our brush this time. Okay, so a fair bit. Look how bright pink that is. Now, this is where, if you're only used to basic colors, this is where you could get properly scared of this palette. Don't be. Trust the process. Trust the process. Right, so now, again, remembering where you put the color for the first time, where you put the brush for the first time is where it's going to be deepest. So we're going to place it immediately over the last bit that we placed that Zoma. Okay, but this time we're taking that color out. Oh, as you can see, I've then gone up because it's slightly skipped on my skin. But take that color out. If you need to go up slightly higher, like I do because of the hood, then you can do. but we're just taking that color from the center of the eye out, and then stop wherever you are comfortable. Now for me, I like to have a line that goes from the corner of my eye to where my eyebrow would end, right? So that imaginary line, that one there, is pretty much my ideal positioning. Right now, you might be slightly different. You might like it more smoked out. We're going to do a little bit of smoking anyway, because we're going to go back in with a slightly deeper shade in a bit. But for now, just kind of keep to that principle of that corner shape as being kind of like your ideal. Okay, you didn't see the comments, says Rufus. And he says, hi Anita, hope you're well. Oh, bless you, love. Everyone's saying hello to you. Jessica said hello. Jessica Ryan, Little Miss Budget said hello. Ness. So yeah, everyone's saying hello to you, my love. And I'm just sat here going, oh, it's my husband, I love him so much. Oh, by the way, Rufus, I've got my unicorn t-shirt on. I can't lift it any higher because I'll get completely barred from YouTube. But anyway, so well, what we're now going to do is take that same pink color and pack it on the crease line, just on that outer half, right? So not any further in. We're not going to blend it yet, but we're going to leave the mobile lid just here underneath, right? So right along the lash line, we're going to leave that completely without any color on if you can. So we're not packing it all the way down because we're going to do a little bit of the shimmer on that. So you kind of want to keep that just, you know, as you can see, it's like bled down a little bit. That's fine. But that main bit across there, we're going to keep clear. And then do the same on the other eye. So again, pick up your color, place it on that exact spot where you last used your zoomer, and then take it out. And again, you want to match that shape. My eyes are getting so wrinkly and crinkly, it's ridiculous. But match that same shape and go up. If you've got a hood, you want to drop your eye so the hood drops, and then place your color, because obviously when you're doing this, everything looks higher, and then the minute your lid drops, everything drops down. Nikki Tutorials, eat your heart out. I know, right? Oh, bless you. I know. Lisa Tutorials, hi. I wish I had Nikki's money. Good God, she's made a fortune. Hello, Miss. Hope you're well. That's for that's for Little Miss Budget. That's for Ness. But yeah, and then do the same and keep building up the color, the same as we did on that other eye, right? Now, don't worry, Ness. Sorry, Neat. If you're like thinking, oh my God, that's going to be super bright. It won't be in a minute. We're going to start blending soon. Trust the process. Right. So again, take that color, place it, place it, place it. I like to have my edges go up slightly on that corner and then just pack it in. Now, as you can see, I haven't gone too down too far here or too far across, as you can tell, because I am literally, it won't be that bright in a minute, it won't be that bright in a minute. It will blend, trust me. Trust the process. As I say, it is super bright right now, but it won't be in a minute. We're going to smoke it out and we're going to blend. So everyone's so yeah, Anita's having a panic attack because she's like, oh my God, I look like a clown. And Ness is just quite happily putting the makeup on, going, yeah, that looks great. You're well today, thanks, Rufus, says Ness. Oh, bless you. Right, so that is kind of where we're at the moment. So you've got that slightly corally orangey shade, which blend with, and then you've got this bright neon pink next to it, a little bit like my t-shirt. But then we are going to blend these two together in a bit. But before we do, we're going to use a little bit of the shade Slasher, which is this deep plum color. Now, again, Neat, just go with it. We're gonna blend it, right? Don't panic just yet. So clean off your brush, using that same brush, trying to keep this as simple as possible for everybody. And what we're going to do is we're going to embrace the color. Exactly. What we're going to do is we're just going to dip. And when I say dip, we're literally going to gently touch the brush on that shade, because this is one of the press pigments, right? So we're literally just tapping it and releasing it. So just once. And if you look how much colour's on that brush, you can see there's a fair bit. And that is all we've done, is just tap on and tap off, right? No dip, 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 swirly, swirly, none of that. Just literally tap on, tap off. I hope you're watching this, Rufus, because when you're back up on the weekend, we're going to do the husband does my makeup video. Yes. It'd be like, I'm too tired, I can't do it. But yeah, I think that's what we should film. Right. So then with this purple on your brush, you want to get it so that the purple is kind of, you know, so you know exactly where it is, because we haven't swirled or swelled. It's just a little bit there, like so. And then what we're going to do is just place that on the outer corner. Just tap it into place over that pink. Right. And then you be the judge as if you think that's dark enough. For me, I'm going back in again. And I'm just going to build that up just a little bit, so it's a little bit more like that. Again, it's entirely up to you how deep you go, but bear in mind, this is going to blend up and out with that pink. It is going to soften the brightness of that pink down a little bit, and it is going to also darken up that outer corner, which will give you that sort of depth that you want. So again, tap, 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 tap. So I'm just placing that on those two corners, and I'm leaving it for now as is, right? We will blend it, but what I am going to do, just with whatever's left, in fact, I'll tell you what, we'll do a courtesy tap, and then whatever is left on the brush, so there should just be a tiny bit of colour, I'm just going to start just using a tapping and a pushing motion, just to kind of push that just a little bit into the crease line, just the first, again, probably the first third of the eye, or the outer third, I should say, and just it's slightly blending it, but also just slightly pushing it along the crease line. So you can see it like that, right? And then use your color switch or a cloth or however your method is. We just want to then clean that brush, or swap to your domed fluffy brush, whichever you prefer. You can use the same brush. I always like going in for a domed fluffy for a blending, just because it's a bit easier for me. But yes, so once you've done that, you take your brush, you then want to tap into Zoma, so back into that corally pink shade, and literally, if you can see, just take the tiniest amount on the brush. Now this is important, right? Tap off maybe twice, so you can see on the brush there is the tiniest bit of that Zoma color left on there, just a small amount. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to apply it kind of about a midway point where that purpley shade is and that pink shade is, and you're just going to gently start swirling those two colors together, that purpley shade into that pink. Okay, so we're not going to the full outer corner yet, we're just blending that purple and that pink, and we're just literally swirling the brush around, trying not to take the color too far up, trying not to take the color too far down, just literally blending those two colors together using the slightest. And again, if I don't know whether you can see, I'm holding the brush way at the end, and we're literally just gently moving those two colors into one another, and it would just start to change that pink a little bit and change that purple a little bit, and it basically just ever so slightly dulls everything down. And then for me, because I've done my pink so high up, what I'm doing is I'm just clean my brush off, and I'm just using the side of that dome, and I'm just literally brushing against the pink and just bringing it in to the rest of that color scheme. So it just, again, slightly softens that bright pink, but brings it into that color. And what you should see now, Neat, is the purple is blended away into the pink, and that pink is now looking a lot more subdued. And now with your brush, again, dome brush, take that in a little bit and out a little bit. And now you can start to be a little bit more heavy-handed, if you like, by taking the colors into the inner corner and then using that windscreen wiper motion. And what you end up with is that sort of blended pinky purple. So we've gone from this to this. I don't know whether you can see, It's still got a little bit of definition. It's still got a little bit of shape and a little bit of color because of where we've placed those colors. It's just a hell of a lot softer, right? So with my eye wide, you can see the color difference. And then when I drop it, you can see how completely different it looks. What's that you say? Oh my God, I'm going to sleep Friday if you ever get prickly pears. Handle with gloves, yeah. Rufus brought us some prickly pears from the exotic fruit shop. we got some that were in a box that we've done a video on, and they came and they'd already been de-pricked. The ones that Rufus bought in the shop hadn't. So yeah, you need super thick gardening gloves and a knife, and you de-prick the prickly pears. And then basically for all of you doing the tutorial at home, you just want to then do the other eye. Now we are going to go back in a minute and just add a little bit more definition to the eye, but this is just about blending the colors together, so you've got kind of a nice soft but still wearable but still colorful look. So hopefully what I'm trying to do here is to go with Anita's kind of color aversion and also Ness's kind of love of color, and blend the two together. Blend the two together. So then we're just going to go again with this. Oh, a little bit of Zoma. So I'm using that Zoma just because it's a really nice kind of corally shade, and it doesn't mute the colors too much. It's not like a gray, and it doesn't muddy the colors up. And that's one of the reasons why I like this, because if you look, like, you can still see there is that darker purpley bit there. The inner corner has a slightly lighter pink tone, and then as we go up, that pink is still there. So again, just practice it if you need to, but we're just going to use that Zoma shade, and again, starting in the middle of the eye first, we're just taking it round, and then using the brush just to blend. They should come with a warning, the prickly pears. Yeah, they should, love. And then just start swirling those colors together, and that is literally the art of blending. They do seem to have blended all together. Maybe I did blendy a bit too much. In that case, if it's gone, this is going too well for you with two colors on the crease, well, go with it, but hold on, because we're going to go deeper and a little bit neat. So if you've over blended, this is where you're really gentle with your brush, and literally you just kind of blend the Zoma from the outer into that pink, and then you just literally moving the colors around a little bit, and just like so. Let me just get to the point where this is the same blendy. Once you've kind of got to the point where you've blended the two colors or the three colors together, we are going to tap back in to that purple color and just bring back that definition onto the crease, right? So I don't know whether you can see, this one is slightly less blended than this, because this one is where I should have stopped really. But anyway, so we're going to go back in with the Slasher shade, and I'm going to use a smaller, no, I'm not, we're going to use that same brush. Let's keep it simple. So we're using that same brush, and again, just tap it in, so not a lot of color. And then all I'm going to do is place that back on that outer corner and a little bit along the crease, just like so. And then using my blending brush, we're going to blend that up and out just a little bit into that pink. So if it has completely blended together, what you want to do is just literally go back in with that purple shade, or go back in with that bright pink shade, whatever it is that you're missing, and just add a little bit of that back in. Okay, just so you've got a little bit of definition like that. I am just going to keep blending this eye down a little bit. It doesn't matter too much, as long as you've got a little bit of color along the crease, like so, on both eyes. If you can see like that bit on both eyes, like, as long as you've got a little bit of that purple along the crease line, then that's absolutely fine. It doesn't have to be a lot. Again, you can just tap. And again, it's about practice with the fact that these are pressed pigments. Okay, so you take a little tiny bit, you apply, and then you blend. So a little, and again, I'm using the blending brush now. So tiniest bit on the blending brush, tiny bit, tap. wipe off, and then blend. So just to slightly build back up that deeper shade, just for me, because I've got such a hooded eye. And then you should have something that looks a little bit like that. So we've got our pinks blended together, that Zoma shade. Hang on, let me dip back into my Zoma. And then just blend that out on the outer edge. There we go. Just to match those two colors in. So there we go. So that now is quite matched and blended. So I've got my purple shades here, just on the outer corner, and then you can see it kind of blends into that pink. There's a little bit up here just on mine where I did that error when I went splitch, which I will correct in a minute. But for now, that's kind of where you should be. So if you have over blended like Anita's done, take a little bit more of the color. So go in with that blendy snap, but literally, or blend and snap, and just take a dab. So literally just a dab, and then tap off. So you know I don't normally tap off, but you want just the smallest amount of that pink, and then you literally just tap it into place, tap off, and then try and blend that back in, just to add a little bit of that pink in. But if you're at this point and you're kind of, if you're happy with it, then we can move on to the next stage. So I'm actually quite happy with this. If you do kind of over blend and you do need to, you know, add in some more color, or you do need to like define those lines a little bit more, then you do it as you're happy. Again, with a pressed pigment palette, it's all about going in very, very fine, tiny amounts of color and build them up. So a tiny tap on, a little bit of color, blend it up, blend it out, tap on, blend it up, blend it out, add more, add more. The thing with a pressed pigment palette, it's very easy to add colors to, it's very hard to take colors away. So unlike a lot of eyeshadows where if you blend, it just kind of blends away to nothing, with this, you do have to kind of, you know, you lay down the color, and then when you blend, they can all blend together, rather than with a pressed pigment. That's what tends to happen, because it's literally pressed pigments. There isn't a lot of that talc or mica or filler, which gives you that kind of that you know on a cheap eyeshadow palette, and we've all used cheap eyeshadow palettes, you know, the ones a little bit like the Wet n Wild one that I used the other week, where in the pan it looks lovely because they look like they've got color to them, but when you put them on the eye, the pigment has been blended with so much filler, the talc and the mica, that actually as you start blending it, the color just blends away to nothing, because there isn't enough pigment to hold on the eye. A pressed pigment palette is kind of the exact opposite. It's all color, and then when you blend, it can get very definitive. Right then, so if you're at this point and you're happy, we are going to go on with, I tell you what, we're going to use two pressed or shimmers. We're going to use Roxy Catan and Pride. So Roxy Catan is this pink one just here, and Pride is this color shifting blue. Look at that color, look at that duochrome. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that just the most stunning color? But you can see the shift on it, look, from blue to pink. So we're going to go with the pink one first, which is Roxy Catan, and I'm just going to take this on a finger. I'm not pressing hard, I'm literally just pressing my, like, just touching it and rubbing this across the shadow, right? So I'm just building it up, so there's that much on my finger. You can see, look at that reflect, isn't that stunning? And again, using my magnified mirror, I'm just going to apply this on the inner corner and then across the eye. Now, as you can see, I've got fat fingers, and so for me, that color has gone up fairly high into the crease on that inner corner. I don't mind that at all, because it just adds a little bit of sparkle. So again, tap back in, make sure I've got plenty on my finger, and just go across the eye on that lower lid. So all over that mobile lid, like so. There's a little tiny bit that's just gone under my eye just there, but I'll deal with that in a bit. But there you are. So that now you can kind of leave just like that if you wanted to. If you didn't want to add that other color shift in, if you just wanted that kind of, you know, pinky purpley shade like that with a bit of eyeliner and a bit of mascara is absolutely fine. That's a standard fine. It's not quite a monochrome look because we've got that purple in to deepen it up, but kind of a monochrome. If you've got a palette where you've got, you know, a bubblegum pink like this one and maybe a darker pink, I think one of the Jeffree Star palettes, I think actually in Conspiracy, the one he did with Shane, I think that's got the two pinks. Or is it in the mini palette? It could even be in Mini Jawbreaker. I think it's in the Mini Jawbreaker actually, where you've got a bubblegum pink and then you've got like a deeper pink as well. So again, you can use those two shades, the bubblegum pink on the inner, blend it out into the into a full bubblegum, into the deeper pink. So you could have a monochrome look with something like this. And then just to, you know, kind of just to then add a bit of shimmer on it. Right. So I've got the shimmer on this finger, and we're just going to tap in on the other eye. So again, just build it up as much or as little as you like. Don't be afraid of the shimmers. It's so pretty, that shade, isn't it? Isn't it just gorgeous? In the pan, it doesn't do it justice. Like, I mean, you can see now, just look at my, on my lids, you can see the attention that brings just to the lower, like the lower part of my mobile lid. It absolutely brings the attention and brings that light to the center of my eyelid. So it's kind of giving you a almost like a, what's it called, a halo eye, almost like a halo eye effect without going for a full halo eye. It really is. It's so simple, and literally all it is using that shimmer over the top, but they're not obviously not going too far into that outer corner, because we don't want to take it all away. So it is just beautiful. And then when the light catches it, it really does just bounce off that exactly what you want. Now you can stop there if you want. Me personally, you know, what's this now? 3 colors on my face? That's not, 4 colors on my face. That's not enough. That's not enough. No, we need a bit more. So I'm going in with this Pride color because I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I'm just building up on my finger. This is the duochrome. So as you can see, in fact, there you go. Look, it's a really good example there. Look at that. That pink to blue shift. Isn't that just the most stunning? Look at it. Look at that. It's blue. It's pink. Blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink. Love it. Right. Going back in with the magnifying side. I'm going to tap this on the outer part of the eye. So from the center where that pink is, just out over the top to that purple, and I'm just tapping it over the top. So not going too ham. I just want to add a little bit of that blue shift just on the eye. Now again, it's not something that the camera is going to pick up particularly. Oh yeah, no, look, it can. Look at that. Look at that blue. You can see it. So it just gives, where we've gone from the pink and the zoomer, so the corally pink into the pink on the inner eye, and then you've got this pink shade, and then as the eye turns, you've got the little bit of blue reflect as we go to that purple. And it's literally, that's all I've done, is just to match it and kind of play with it, to the fact that the natural kind of color shift happens where the shadow happens, if that makes sense. So I've just applied it directly over the top, just to, if you imagine like where the halfway point is, I'm just this side of the halfway point, and I'm literally just tap over the top. And again, I don't know whether, oh yeah, look at that blue. Look at that blue purple. Isn't that gorgeous? See, look, pink into the blue. Isn't that absolutely stunning? Stunning, stunning. You all love a bit of sparkle. We all love a bit of sparkle, love. I especially like gold and diamond sparkle. Just for, I put that out into the universe. But you see, I am incredibly lucky, because I have the most amazing other half, as you can tell, because he knows so well what I like. Like my engagement ring is a stone called tanzanite, and if I show you that there, that blue stone there, this one here with the diamonds around it, this stone in the right light, I don't know whether it's going to be able to catch it. Like, oh, needs a bit of a clean, she says, to show it off really in all its fine sparkliness. But that stone, if it catches the light, has got like this electric blue element to it, but it's also got this like little, it's not going to show on camera, is it? It's also got this like little bright pink lightning, and it just goes through the stone. It's absolutely stunning. Little Miss Budget, you're making owl noises over the sparkly pinks. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they just beautiful? And again, it's knowing how to use the colors on this palette. Now literally you can kind of stop there pretty much, but we are going to go we're going to do a little bit more blend, and we're just going to finish off the eye look. So pretty much the shadows are done, but what we're going to do is just to complete the look, we're going to take the basic Truth on the blush that we use, the brush that we used before, and we're going to just, not too much, so tap off, so there's a little bit left on the brush. And what we're going to do is just from the outer edges, we're just going to slightly blend that out just a little bit. Now it just will help blend those colors away and to smoke them up just a little bit more. And then we're going to do something on the lower lash line in just a second. Now I know that we were going to do a little bit of a smoky look, so if you want to, Ness, anybody else that's watching this as well, if you want to, good job you haven't done your base. Exactly, that's why we haven't done our base yet, because we're going to use a wipe, and we're going to wipe off and clean up, and then we're going to do our base. But if you are wanting to, Ness, you can do ever so slightly a slight tap on the purple, tap off, and then literally place your brush where that color is over the purple that we've added, and then slightly smoke out. So be very, very gentle. You're literally hardly touching it to the skin, and we're just going to smoke it out ever so slightly on the outer corners. Now, if you don't want to do this, like Ness, like Neat rather, if you don't want to do this, if you don't want to smoke that out, you don't have to. You can literally just finish it with that pink, with the glitter shade, and then using that basic Truth just to blend the top line out. But all I'm doing is just taking that slightly on that outer, and then slightly out over the top, over the pinks, just to kind of give it that little bit of smokiness, just to super smoke out that purple and help to kind of create a look where it isn't like an end, it just kind of blends, and then it blends away into nothing. So it gives us that smoky kind of finish. Now that for me, I'm calling it there. I like that. I think it is absolutely beautiful. Now, if you are afraid of glitter fallout, this is perhaps, you know, something you're going to have to deal with. And this is why you do your base afterwards. So again, I'm now taking my reusable cotton round and a little bit of the micellar water. This is the Garnier micellar water. Just making sure that it's all over my my puff puff. You're doing it. You're smoking. Yay! Neat smoking the colours. Yay! That's so cool. You're leaving there, it's gone too well, and I'm likely to mess it up. There you are, you see. That is incredible. Anita is doing the smokiness, and Ness is not doing the smokiness. That's incredible. That is so cool. Right, okay, let's use so I'm using my puff, not my puff puff, my wipe, and I'm just gonna basically wrap my finger in it, so I've got a nice edge with my fingernail, and then I'm just going to go underneath, so my finger is underneath wiping away, and my nail is going to be the one that absolutely does the top line. So I actually quite like how that is smudged there, so I'm going to be super careful. I don't want to undo that smudgy, but I am just going to remove any fallout. There's a little tiny bit of that pink fallout from under my eye, and on this side there's a ton of glitter. It does look like I've been face fucking a team of fairies, but anyway, we'll just take that all off there. And then anywhere else where you spot any glitter fallout, just wipe it away. Remember to turn your pad, find a clean bit on your pad, wipe it away. Otherwise, all you're doing is transferring your glitter Oh, transferring the glitter from one side to the other. But there you go. That is basically our eyeshadow look. Now we're going to complete the look in a second with some eyeliner, mascara, all of those bits and pieces. But yeah, that is one of the looks from the Nikkie Tutorials palette. I really like this, actually. I do use this palette a fair bit. I've done a smoky khaki look, so there's a shade in there called EW, and that's the green, and then there's like a light brown, like a mid-tone brown. In fact, I don't know why I'm telling you when I could be showing you. So yeah, this color here, this and this one here, Mila, these two colors actually work really well together. You can blend them together by, again, tiny bit of each color, lay it down, blend it out, tiny bit of the next color on top, blend it out, and build it up like that, tiny bits. And then I use the Misty Tutorial shade, which is this one here. And again, there's a color shift that goes on in there, which has got this gorgeous, it's got like, oh, actually, no, it's All In that's the color shifting one. So the Misty Tutorials is like this antique gold. And then the All In has got this really nice sort of slightly green color shift to it. Oh, it's not picking up. I'll have to show you. Here we go. Look at that. Look at the green. Anyone would think there were like green lights and stuff around. There's not. But that is the color shift on that one. It's got a lovely green. So that together also works really, really well. And it creates this nice khaki look that I will, I filmed. No, I didn't film with it. I took a picture of that look the other day because I wore it the other day. Because I was testing the palette out again and going, oh, I love these. I love this palette so much. But yeah, right. I'm going to stop now for a second and have a coffee and catch up on I was going to say catch up on the chat, but it's only a few of us here. And it's really, I quite like it when it's only a few of us because it does feel like we're really cozy. It feels like we're just all friends together. So yeah. Oh, you could follow that easily. Thank you, Ness. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do it so that it's easy for everybody. Small little building steps with different palettes. So we'll keep doing this over the weeks to come with other palettes and things and different looks. In fact, I think we might do something with the Modern Renaissance and some of the dupes for the Modern Renaissance, because we can do it with that. Because I can do even like half an eye on one and one eye on one palette, one eye on the other, and do the comparisons live and all of that if you want. But yes. What? Don't forget, everybody, if you are watching this on the live stream, do come and join us here on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. Every Thursday morning, we do a coffee and makeup session. Sometimes it's a really tangential, spiraling, kind of all over the place live stream. Sometimes it's a bit more like this, where we're focused on really doing something together and building a look together. And it just varies as to what we do at different times. Right, we are going to carry on though and finish our faces. So what I'm going to do, I'm just putting all my brushes back into their brush, into my my zip up brush bag, just because I really want to make sure that the dogs don't eat any, well, not the dogs, just Eddie. I want to make sure Eddie doesn't eat my brushes, because he will. Right then. So because I've got my Team Project Pan stash, it makes choosing what makeup and that to use so simple, because everything is just here in front of me. Although I've just realized I don't know where my mascara is. Oh bugger, where's my mascara? Where have I used it? I've used it somewhere and not put it back in here. Oh my god. Oh my god, imagine that. I don't know whether Rufus is still on the live, but imagine that, Rufus. I've used something and not put it back where it belongs. Oh no, I've got it. It's right here. No panic, everybody. No panic. No panic. Right then. So let's do my, I'm going to use my primer. And we're going to do the base face next. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the base, let everything settle, and then do the under eye. And then we'll finish off the look with mascara and eyeliner. Is that a good idea, Eddie? What's that? Hang on. What have you got? Come here. Come here. Did you poke yourself in the eyeball? Did you? Have you got It's all right. It looks like he's got a little bit of a red eye. What, Alfie? What move? God, all of you. Yes, all of you. Hello, everyone. Yes. Yes, Mummy loves you as well. Oh, bless him. He's got glitter on his head. I don't know. How did you manage to get glitter on your head? I don't know. What have you just been doing with my eye makeup? Oh, I know. Good boy. Good girl. Good girl. Right. No more kisses. No more snuggies. No doggy snuggies. Right. So I'm using the Revolution Ultra Face Base Primer. It is a silicone-based primer. So yeah, just be aware of that. Just gonna get some out. Oh God! Oh really? Really? I thought there was spoilers. Oh no, I've got some. There we go. Spoilers for the Team Project Pan video. I know, right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Spoilers. That video will be up hopefully later today or tomorrow, as soon as I've finished editing it. And then there will be some Slimming World videos coming up as well. I've just not been well enough to actually do any editing. It's been really weird. I've just been so tired. Like, I put a post up yesterday on YouTube actually, and on my Facebook, just saying that, like, the fibro this time round, this flare up, it's literally making me feel like I'm in the middle of a depressive cycle, and I'm not. I don't feel depressed at all. I feel absolutely fine. Like I don't feel down. I'm obviously missing Rufus a lot, but I don't feel bad or anything. It is literally just the fibro, but it is, oh, I'm just exhausted. And you know that, when you've had, like, anyone who suffers from depression, and I'm talking depression rather than anxiety, because for me, anxiety is very different. For me, anxiety, like, it makes my heart rate go faster, and it's a very different thing. For me, my depression makes me want to close down and just, like, not speak to anyone and just shut everything down. And that's kind of where I am in terms of everything at the moment. But it isn't depression based. It is literally, I am so tired and so exhausted. Like, I went to Slimming World yesterday and I weighed in, and Patricia was there, and I barely said hello. I barely said anything to anyone. I weighed in and I turned around and got a taxi back home again. And that isn't me. But I was just so exhausted. I'm just in a constant state at the moment. I mean, you can see the bags under my eyes. I'm in a constant state at the moment of just feeling like, I wake up, I feel like I haven't been to bed. I go to bed and I've been sleeping really well. This morning my alarm went off. I turned the alarm off. I woke up an hour later. I then woke up an hour after that and was like, it's 10 o'clock. I need to get up. And I was like, oh, I'm just so tired. And it just feels like, when I've been in the pit of depression in the past and I've been unable to do anything, it feels like that. But my brain is actually quite active, and my brain is actually like, oh, I'm going to do some editing and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But it's my body that is just like, I'm a zombie. It really is. It's the weirdest feeling. I'm laughing about it, but it sucks. It really does suck. But it is literally like, it's like somebody has powered down my body. Like a remote control car. If anybody ever got a remote control car, or any of those toys at Christmas time which came with a battery, or like a remote control, like the Barbie cars. I don't know if anybody had the Barbie cars that you could drive remote control. And what else was it? Like, there were, what else was it? Like the little toy hairdryer things that you used to get. Anything like, oh God, they're funny. Anything like that, they just blow. And it was like, why have we got a little, yeah, but anyway, they were useless. But anything that came with those really naff cheap batteries that you would use for about half an hour, and then the batteries would just have no juice in them whatsoever. That's how I feel at the moment. It feels like I am running on cheap Japanese batteries that have been, the cheap ones that are literally got enough power for Christmas Day, and that's it. That's literally what I feel like. It's awful. It sucks. It really does. Right then, I'm going to do my foundation. What do we feel like today? Do I feel like, oh, we're going to use my favorite at the moment, which is a blend of the Fit Me matte and poreless and my, hang on. I've just realized I've still got, where's my cleanup wipe? I've still got some color on the back of my hand from just swatching those two shades, the Zoma and the pink one in that palette. So I'm just going to put, oh no, I just wiped, oh, I just wiped all the glitter everywhere. Oh gosh. Rufus, if you're still watching this, you're probably really glad not to be in the lounge right now because there is glitter everywhere. Look, look. I don't know whether that's picking up. I am covered in micro glitter. Anyway, right, we're just going to go with it. Sod it. We're going to have a glittery face today. So this is the Matte and Poreless Fit Me foundation. I'm really enjoying this foundation, you know. Really, really enjoying it. It is slightly runnier than my Dream Radiant, so I'm putting a little bit of that in as well, just to kind of merge the two together. Yes, Alvy. Yes, I know. And then I'm just using my finger to splodgy the two together. Just, it's the same shade, so I don't mind that at all, actually. But the formula, when I blend these two together, it kind of gives me a really nice kind of, it's weird because it's matte with a hint of radiance, if that makes sense. It's the weirdest thing. Like the Dream Radiant just has a little bit of that lit from within kind of element to it, a little bit of radiance, whereas the matte one is obviously a mattifying foundation. But when you blend the two together, you kind of get the best of both worlds. Obviously they're both Maybelline, so it's really easy to do that. But what I would say is that I've tried that with other foundations and formulas just do not want to blend. Right, I'm just going to tap that into place under there and a little bit there and a little bit under there, just because I want this to go up to the makeup but not cover it. So yeah, so then how has everybody been this week, by the way? How is everybody doing? If you're watching this on the replay, do please pop I can't remember what emoji I said earlier. Oh, the ambulance emoji. Yeah, if you're watching on replay, do please put the ambulance emoji into the chat, because Jess, as I keep saying, I don't look at links unless you tell me what they are. I won't look at them unless you tell me, because is it not a soft matte? Yeah, it is actually. That's a good idea. That's a good point, Neat. But Jess, because I get so many messages on Facebook, unless you literally say this is a link that says this, I don't click on them, because I can never tell whether it's genuinely coming from people or whether it's like the spam bots, because I've had lots of people, lots and lots of messages that come through on Facebook. I think the DIY makeup, I think I did look at that one, to be honest, but again, I don't remember. I don't remember what it was, in all honesty. I really don't remember what it was. But yeah, I don't know whether you can see the foundation, but can you see how that's really looking? Like it's a nice soft kind of glow without it being like too glittery or too glowy or too matte. It's just a really nice look. I mean, ignore the bags under my eyes from, you know, having my husband be hundreds of miles away at the moment and me not sleeping. But apart from that, you know, it is fine, if that makes sense. You know, it is what it is. I'm just taking that down to my neckline as well. I know, right? I always say bounce, don't drag, but you can drag it down your neck, it's fine. And then I'm going to use a little bit of my setting powder in a minute on a fluffy brush, but I'm going to use my concealer first. This is the if that's the one that you sent with the DIY, then I did look at it. Yes, I did. I don't remember it off the top of my head though, Jess, because I haven't slept properly in 10 days. So yeah, in fact, probably I haven't slept properly in about 2 or 3 weeks since Rufus's dad had got knocked down. In fact, yeah, this is 3 weeks worth of eye bags at the moment, because as soon as dad got knocked down, oh my god. Oh, and also we found out that the driver wasn't doing 30, the driver was doing 45 in a car that is unfit to be roadworthy. Like, we don't understand how the car would have passed its MOT. So that's all being investigated by the police as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on with that. Shocking, shockingly bad. But anyway, it is, I mean, it is, his dad is so lucky. He really is so lucky. I mean, he's ended up with a busted pelvis, a pierced bladder, cut on his head. He's lost his both hearing aids were crushed and destroyed, and his glasses were crushed and destroyed. But, and obviously a big gash on his head. But being hit by a car at 45, that could have been so much worse. And apparently the photos of the damage to the car are super scary. Like, the car is seriously damaged. So yeah, just be bloody careful on the roads, everyone. Like, if you're driving, don't try and overtake on the wrong side of the road going past a van on a 30 zone. Don't do that, because you don't know what's happening. And if you're crossing the road, use a bloody crossing. There we go. That is so bad. It is, Ness. It really is. It's just, he's so lucky. He's so lucky. So lucky. So grateful to all the gods old and new that's like that his dad is still around. So yeah, and so grateful to the NHS. Like, oh my god, the NHS have done amazing jobs. But anyway, putting on the concealer, the Age Perfect concealer. It's a little bit, oh actually, oh my god, I didn't even check. It might be Age Perfect, but it's not aging great at the moment. Oh, which is why it's in my Team Project pan. But to be honest, I don't know like how much longer. There's just a slight hint that it is turning. So yeah. How are you anyway, Jess? How are you and Ashley? I hope you're both well. Have you been doing any more of that there, or has Ashley been doing any more of that there Twitch? I still can't get my head around Twitch. I keep thinking maybe we should do some live streams over there, but I don't know how it works. I really don't know how it works. Yeah, he's doing okay now. He came out of hospital this week, which is why Rufus is in Essex. He came out of hospital this week, so that was all a bit stressful, to be honest with you, Jess. Knowing when his dad was coming out, because his dad is like, you know, those old guys, and they're like, I'm sorry to call you old, but you know those old guys, and they're like, I get up in the morning, I go and get the paper, I do, and they're active, and they could be like 90 and they're just active. That's what Rufus's dad's going to be like. Like, Rufus's dad, when he's 100, is still going to be going out, getting the morning paper, nipping over for a glass of wine, all of that. He's just going to be doing like all of that constantly. But when he was in hospital, he was like, right, I want to go home now. And the staff were like, you're not quite ready to go home just yet. And he was like, no, I'm bored, I want to go home. So he just wanted to get home as soon as he could. But he's doing a lot better. He's still, you know, he's not allowed to walk on his hip or on his leg for about 5 weeks. So it's about 3.5, 4 more weeks of that going on. So I've done my concealer. I'm just patting it into place using my beauty sponge with a little bit of that foundation still on, just tapping it all over just to blend it. There we go. I think that looks okay now. Look, you can still see the under eyes, but they don't look quite as bad, do they? They just look like bags now, not suitcases. you see what I mean? Yeah, I know, right? Right, I'm going to do my eyebrows next, just because I want to frame my face. Hang on, there we go, that one. What was I saying? What was I saying? I can't remember. But yeah, so yeah, it's all a bit hectic at the moment. But you know, it's all good. It's all good. Let's have a little look. See, I need my angle brush. Angle brush. So, oh gosh, I do hope everyone is having a good week so far in terms of, you know, life, the universe, and everything, in terms of mental health and physical health. I did see on the thing, Ness, what you put on Instagram, so I will send you a message over there. Right, I'm just going in and just filling in my brows. I do think that hopefully once we're fully unlocked down and everything is kind of going back to proper normal, if it ever does, I do actually hope that I'll be able to get my brows re-tatted on, because I could do with a little bit of definition in there now. You're going to be putting how I did this look to practice now with more colors. Absolutely, my darling. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Always, always, always. If you're doing a color blend, you'll see sometimes I start off and do the inner corner with a lighter color, and then use the middle color sort of from the middle point out, and then use the darker color on there. So that's kind of the way I've always done it. If you've got an eyeshadow palette rather than a pressed pigment palette, you can lay that first color down all the way over from the inner eye all the way out. You can do that. The only reason I don't do that with a pressed pigment is because of the blending and muddying issues. Right, I've got to go and answer the door because there's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. So intermission time, everybody. I will be back in hopefully just a couple of seconds. So we'll do this. Oh, it's some more treats for you lot that Daddy's bought. Daddy's bought you all some more treats, even though he's in that there Essex. He has. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Sorry about that. Right then. Oh, dear. That was our lovely Hermes delivery man, our normal delivery man from Hermes, who is lovely. Never had a problem with him over Christmas. Obviously, we did have a problem with, I can't remember what I know what it was. It was the order that I got when I bought blooming, what was it? Oh, I know what it was. It's when I got some Christmas presents and the order turned up and a lot of things were missing. By the way, Neat, if you're still watching this, Anita, your birthday present is sat here opposite me, ready to go in the post. So hopefully I'll be able to get that out to you in a little bit, like in a bit now, today, because, you know, it's way overdue. But it is here ready to go. So it did arrive. It's here. And then Rufus went down south and I've done nothing at all. So yeah, I will get that out to you. Right, where was I up to? This eyebrow. So if anyone's new to the channel and you're wondering about my brows, I have alopecia, so I don't actually have any eyebrow hairs. Yeah, so my eyebrows are tattooed on. So because I have, well, I say I don't have any eyebrow hairs. They're starting to grow back sporadically. Now I'm on these hair gummies, which I was using the Hairburst hair gummies, and then I discovered that the Superdrug version, their own brand, has the exact same recipe, exact same ingredients, exact same amounts, exact same everything, like the exact same. But instead of it being £20 a tub, it's £10. And we got them on a 3 for 2 just before Christmas. So Rufus actually bought me 3 packets of those, 3 tubs of those for £20, which lasts for 3 months, as opposed to £20 paying 1 month's supply of the hairburst. And they are exactly the same. And since I've been using those in the last few months, I have noticed my hair is getting better. My eyelashes, that's the thing I've been most surprised about. My eyelashes have come back. Like, because I've had very sparse lashes. And if you've noticed in the last few weeks, when I've done my mascara, not only have I got a good mascara now with that Ico one, but also like there's actual hair that I can coat. Like I've got actual eyelashes. So that's really good. But what it's also meant is that some of my eyebrow hairs have started growing back in. But oh shit, there we go. Let's just pretend that that is the same as that side. I know they're supposed to be sisters, not twins, but I've got like second cousins 3 times removed. What the hell? That's because I've been chatting. Come on then, Alvy. Come on up then. Right, let's just use the spoolie side and just take some of that back down again. So yeah, Rufus actually bought me my eyebrows. That always sounds weird, doesn't it? Rufus brought me my eyebrows when I had them tattooed on. So yeah, I do think it's about time for a re-go over. That's a little bit better. So then, right, let's go back to our eyes. Now everything is on. Let's go back to the Nikkie palette and finish up under the eye. So you guess eyelashes are hair, so it figures that the gummies would help. You see, Anita, that makes perfect sense, right? And you can tell that you are a logical, intelligent woman. You are somebody who obviously thinks about life. You are an intelligent human being. I thought I was, until I was like fairly recently, like within the last month or so, and I said to Rufus, my eyelashes are looking really good. Like, I can't understand it. They're looking so much thicker than they did before. And he was like, well, you're eating your hair gummies. And I'm like, yeah, but my eyelashes. And he's like, but it's hair. I was like, oh yeah, I guess so. Oh dear. Oopsie. Oopsie. Micro glitter all over your work laptop. Well, you know, there's a reason that my laptop is an arm's length away when I'm here, and so that the only thing I'm touching is just the mouse pad and the button. So I'm not like getting my hands covered everywhere. But there's a reason for that, because I've learned that lesson already. That's very you. I know, right? I just didn't even give it a single thought. It's the ADHD brain. It's like I can see patterns and everything else, but a really obvious thing like that, my brain just skipped it. I just missed Jess's message. Hang on, let's have a look at this. You say, you're doing good, thanks for asking. And yes, Ash is still doing Twitch. You do some gaming, but not as much. Getting back into electrical repair. You've got an Xbox motherboard and other things to fix. Oh my God. An Xbox motherboard. Yes, but you have to pretend to be working. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point, Nate. That is a very, very good point. Well made. Right. So then I've just realized I just put all my brushes back in, and I need my mini dome brush, and I need my non lipstick brush. Is it that one? Or is that, no, that's the one. And go on, we'll use this one. Yeah, we'll use this one as well. Right. Okay, so these are the brushes I'm using for under the eye. So I've got an angled flat brush, which is this one, an angled chisel brush. I've got this one here is actually, I think it's a lipstick brush, but it's just like a really firm, small, thin packer brush, but like a lipstick brush. And then this is a domed one. Did you see all that come off that then? This is a domed one. And this is what I like to use to help blend out and smoke out my under eye. So I'm going to go in with the bubblegum pink shade first of all. And I'm going to use this chisel brush. And I'm going to pick up just a tiny bit So literally just sweep my brush down like that and like that on that color. And you can see, look how much pink is on there, but it's fine because, again, remembering that where you apply the color is where it's going to stick to the most. I'm leaving the outer third and the inner third, right? So I am literally just going to place this on that central third. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, when you look in the mirror, kind of just do your pupil element. Okay, so just put the pink where your pupil is. So like that. Like that, right? So I don't know whether you can see, the pink is just where my pupil is. I'm going to do the same on this side. So just where the pupil is. I do need to pick up a tiny bit more of that pink. So that's basically all I'm going to use that pink for. So then I'm going to tap in with the next I'm going to use is that slasher shade. Now, before I do, I'm taking my clean mini dome blending brush. So this is the mini tiny little dome blending brush. If you haven't got one this size, you can use like a, what could you use? You could use one that's a little bit bigger. So this is a Morphe an M321 by Morphe or Crown or whoever, you know, makes these. So you could use this, you could use a tiny dome one, whatever you prefer. In fact, let's use one side with this one and one side with the other. Is it a thin line? Yeah, a tiny, you're literally just putting a tiny bit just underneath the eye. So a thin little bit. I don't know whether that's, there you are, look. If I pull the bags down, you can just about see where that is, look. So there you go. And then we're just going to blend it towards the inner corner. Okay, so you're just taking that, hang on, what's that there? I've got a little bit of smudge or something. So we're just blending it towards the inner corner. Just a little bit. And again, all that's doing is meaning that the color will go from the inner corner, it'll be softer, and then by the time we hit where the pupil is, it will be the strongest bit of that pink, right? And then going back in with the chisel brush on the shade Slasher, again, we're just going to run the brush down slightly, about like 3 or 4 millimeters either side of the brush, so that your color has picked up on each side of the brush. So as you look at it, I don't know where that's going to pick up. Is that picking up? Not really. Yeah, you can just about see it there. Look, so there's actually color either side of the brush. So it's on the side of the bristles rather than flat down, if that makes sense. Now, keeping the blush, oh, this is weird. I don't normally do bottom lash line. Oh, okay. I always find that it helps bring the full look together for me personally. But, you know, again, some people get really funny around their eyes. They can't like touch their eyes and stuff, their lower lash line without it crying. So if that's you, don't worry about it. You don't have to do that if it's something that is completely alien to you. But you're going with it now, so let's just go with it. So that Slasher shade, now this again is the super purpley one. So be very sure where you're positioning this, okay? So for me, I like to have it so that the chisel bit is at the angle that I'm going to do. And literally what I do is I hold it above my eye and I work out the position before I then stamp it, because this is one, because this is again a pressed pigment, it's going to stamp. Now, if you want to, you can use a puff and you can rest the puff on your cheek and then rest your hand on there. So you're actually like holding you're resting your hand on your face on that puff, just for stability if you need to. And then literally just aim and stamp. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see, stamping, and all I'm doing is going across that line There, that's quite a good shot actually, you can see there. So I'm just going across there, and then for me personally, I take it up and kind of create a wing. So I'm following my eye line. As my eye line goes, it goes from there out, from the inner corner out, and then I'm taking that line up to where like my brow line would come to, so about there, and I'm just taking it up like so. So again, trying to keep it in that kind of pattern, so it's coming up there. I'm just stamping the shade up like so. And then what I like to do, and again, this is completely optional, what I like to do is then take that color back on the brush and then take it where I've stamped it, just take it almost as if I'm going to do an eyeliner with it. So just onto the top line, just above the lash line on the top lid as well, like so. There's a tiny bit of fallout there for me, but it is just blowing away. And then it's a simple thing of doing the same on the other side. So again, apply the color to your brush. You might want to tap off if your fallout is an issue, and then get it into position and stamp. Okay, so literally tap down, lift off. Don't move it, don't try and smoke it, don't try and blend it, don't do anything else with it yet. You just tap it onto place and stamp it. So tap the color on and then stamp and stamp, and then do the same to create almost that wing on my top line. And again, it's stamping it, I'm pressing it, I'm not smoking it or smudging it yet. And then I'm going back in with that blending brush, the little domed one or your Morphe one or whatever you've got, and I'm then just going to slightly bring the color from the top down onto the lower line, and from that purple smudge it into the pink. So again, I'm not going any further than the outer edge of my pupil as I'm looking straight on. So let me do it straight on looking at you. Okay, so literally there. So just gently smudging that together, taking that purple into that pink. So now if you look, hang on, I wonder if I can come any closer. Hang on. There we go. It's a little bit closer for you. You can see the bags totally now, can't you? But all I'm doing is basically blending this color into this one a little bit, and then do it on this side as well. So I'm blending it, this color into that purple, into that pink. So I'm not going any further than halfway across. I'm literally just doing that, right? And then, hello, then I'm swapping back over to a fluffy blending brush, a full-size blending brush. Let me just see if I've still got my, there we go, that one there. My lovely domed blending brush. Again, this is from Poundland. I love it. I think they now have them in One Below as well, the exact same brushes. And all I'm going to do now is just put my brush just here and just slightly move the color down just to smoke that out. Okay, and again, use the brush here, slightly smoke it down. So I'm just tapping ever so slightly down and just literally tap, 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 like so. So that's the colors. And it just basically brings the same eye look on the top. It brings that same color story down underneath. We don't go right into the inner corner because we want that sort of paleness there. We want that to be there. But what you can do, especially with this palette, if you really, really feel like being adventurous, what you can do is use this shade, this central shade, which is Ivy, this white. Aha. This is where we're gonna test you and use a clean brush. So if you've got this chisel brush, wipe it off, clean it off, use your color switch, use your towel, use the back of your hand, whatever you're doing. And then you want to pick up a tiny amount of this, a tiny, tiny, tiny amount, just so that you've got literally just, I don't know whether it's going to pick up. You can kind of see, hang on, there we go. So you can kind of see that there is a tiny amount on the brush. Is that going to pick up? Where's it going to pick up best? There you are. Look, you can kind of see there just on the edges, right? So you can see there was a tiny amount. And then we're going to place this on the very, very, very inner corner on the lower lash line, right? Just there. And again, just there. So that gives us that. And then just using the point of that, we're just using the point just a little bit in, tappy, tappy, tappy. We're then going to place a little bit of that just as an inner corner highlight, just there. And just there, just on that little bit where you get that little blue speck and that little darkening sort of element on the eye. Now again, look at, did you see that hit that reflex then? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's it. That's all we're doing eyeshadow wise. And then just go ahead and use your mascara, use an eyeliner if you've got one. You can always go into a super dark shade if you want to use a powder eyeliner. I think I might, do I want a liquid eyeliner? I don't know, but I've now got a dog sat behind me and I can't move back. Mr. Eddie, can you go back over there, please? Can you move? Mummy was sat there. I know, I'm sorry. You're all comfy, aren't you? There you go. That's better. And then Mummy's going to sit back. There we are. Sit back so I'm not quite in your face with my baggy eyes. Smoking makeup is probably not a good idea. No, you know what I mean. Smoking it out, not smoking the makeup. Right then, so I am just going to take a little bit of my liquid liner. And I'm just going to do the smallest line that I possibly can. So not a thick line, just a small. In fact, why am I using that mirror? This mirror is better because it is magnified. Right then. So I'm just being super careful. Just to place this on my lash line. So literally on the lash line, on the upper lid. I'm not looking for a winged out look. I'm not looking for anything major because I've done that deeper purple just there on the outer corner. I'm not going to be adding any extra wing or anything like that. It is literally just using what's already there and just stamping over the lash line right along, almost as if I'm creating an artificial false lash band. Does that make sense? So, you know, if you put like false eyelashes on, you've got the lash band that goes across. It's literally like I'm placing that, my eyeliner, just to recreate that. So very, very minimal right along that line, because I want, as you can see, look, when I open my eye, you can still see that sparkle. I don't want to get rid of any of that sparkle on the center of the lid. So then, again, going back and doing the same on this eye. Again, keeping it minimal, minimal, minimal. Just right along my lash line, as you can see. So that just gives me that little bit of definition without taking away any of that sparkle on the eyes. So as I've got my eyes open, you can still see the lash line. So you can still see that sparkle on the mobile lid, even with my super hooded eyes. Now, obviously, if your eyes aren't as hooded as mine, then it's not such an issue for you. And you can choose not to use a black or not to use, you know, or to not take the color up as high. It's literally down to sort of your eye shape. Right then, and then I'm just going to put on my Ico mascara. Now, what I have found with this one is that if I do a nice coat first, so do both eyes with that first dip in, like so. Oh, try not to get it on my nose. I did manage to get a little bit on my cheek just there. Look, I've got a new beauty spot, right? So I've done that, and then keeping what's left on the brush, all I'm now doing is to put this on and then give it a wiggle. Put it on, give it a wiggle. So I'm just kind of separating the lashes a little bit. And then I'll leave these to dry, and I will come back in a second and do a second coat. And this is what I found for me makes this mascara absolutely phenomenal. So again, just give it a little wiggle. There we go. And then I'm going to wait for that one to dry, that little bit just here. And then I'm going to get my spoolie and I'll just spoolie that off. So then on to the rest of the face. So I'm using my MUA blushed blusher. This is from my Team Project Pam. And I'm using the Lacura brush. This was in the brush set that I got in Aldi. This is the one that Ness from Little Miss Budget recommended. Thank you, Ness. I did pick this up and I do thoroughly like it. So I'm just using this, tapping this in like so. And don't be afraid of blusher if you've done pink on your, if you've got pink eye. No, don't be afraid of blusher if you've got pink on your face. I've seen various people say online, oh, if you're doing a pink eye look or you're using pink shadows, like don't use too much blush because then it can be too much, it will overwhelm it. But I personally don't find that. I think that is absolute balderdash. And now I am just going to scrape this little bit off with my spoolie. There we go. And I'm just going to tap a tiny bit of foundation. If I can just scrape a little bit off the applicator. Yeah, there we go. Oh, maybe I need a little bit more. Hang on. But yeah, don't be afraid of using blush, and don't be afraid of using color. If you've used a color on your eyes, it doesn't mean you can't use color anywhere else. I've seen a lot of people say, oh no, you can't do that, you can't do this. But yeah, you can do whatever you bloody want. So there we go. Let's just patch that back up where I just scraped that off because of the bit of mascara that had fallen. And then back on with the blusher, And then, so again, I like to take my blush quite high. I don't like it to go too far into my face these days, but I do quite like it like so. It's looking a lot brighter in person than it is on camera. So that's why I'm ending that the one there. Next, I'm using my new Spectrum AO1 brush. This is the fluffy, like big fluffy crease brush. No, it's not. The big fluffy contour brush. Now, I think it's supposed to be a powder, like a foundation brush, but this is perfect for doing a contour. So I'm dipping into my Illamasqua Sculpting Shade or whatever this is called. This is my contour color. And just holding that fairly flat, you can see, look at that shape. It's ideal. So just placing that down there. And on there like so. Then it's time for my bronzer. So my Makeup Obsession bronzer, and I'm using the fluffiest brush from the Lacura set. This is perfect for this. I don't know if anybody remembers being on lives where I've applied my bronzer and I've gone splop and I've left through like big brown splodges here. This brush is actually making it yay! Neat! You've done a very slim eyeliner. You used the trick you taught us of using the side of the brush. Absolutely, it works. With a proper brush, with a brush eyeliner, like the Lacura one, or the Kat Von D KVD brush, the tattoo brush, or there's a collection tattoo liner, a L'Oreal version that's a brush. Like, those are so good for doing that. They really are. Holland's here. Good afternoon, Holland. I hope you are well, my friend. Thank you for joining. Just finishing off my face. So I'm just using the, as I say, this Lacura brush and just tapping this into place. Now, because this is such a light and fluffy bronzing brush, can you see the difference there? Can you see? I've applied it, but it hasn't gone like really dark and muddy or instantly. It's just giving me that little bit of glow. So again, if I show you, like, tap it there, run it across there. There we go. Like, here we are. Here's a little bit of bronzer all the way down. Done, done, done. Little bit of bronzer, little bit of added contour, a little bit of shaping. Now, there's very little left on that brush now, so I'm just using it as a bit thicker. But look at that. I mean, to be fair, it's now looking a lot darker. As I'm saying, look, it doesn't leave me splodgy. It's looking a little bit on camera. In person, it looks absolutely great. Let me see if I can change the lighting so it matches more with a white lighting. There we go. There we go. Look at that. That's more daylight look. Doesn't that look so much better than it has done? I don't really need to veil it down or anything else like that. I'm just using this brush as it is. Now, there's nothing else left on this brush, so I am just going to use this just to help blend that a little bit. So just to move the color, just to kind of soften it just from those edges a little bit. But there you go, look. I think that looks absolutely fine. Is it this? No, it's this side where that there on camera, like in person, that doesn't look like that. So I don't know how that is picking up that splodgy bit on camera. I don't know. In person, it doesn't look like that. In person, it looks really nicely blended. So yeah, thank you to Ness for recommending those brushes. I haven't done a setting powder yet, purposely because this foundation doesn't need it, and I don't want it to start looking cakey, especially under my eyes or anything else. Now, if you notice, I haven't even set my concealer, because I know from experience when my eyes are this baggy, when I've had so little sleep, if I put any powder under here, all the powder does, even my favorite Beauty Bakery powder, even the little Laura Mercier sample that I've had, the MAC powder, whatever I use, if I put any powder in my creases when my eye bags are looking so deep and baggy, it just makes them look horrendous. I look cakey. It ends up with powder in all my divots. It just looks horrendous. So I've stopped doing that on particularly bad eye days like today. Right then, I've just realized I haven't even got a lippy. I was going to use a liquid. I was going to use a liquid lippy, but I haven't got one ready. So we're just going to use my from my Team Project Pan. So this is my lip liner, and this is the Revolution lip liner. Now, I'm having issues with this one at the moment because the actual product keeps snapping off. But look how well I'm done. Look how well I've done. Aren't you impressed? I hope you're all impressed. I'm super impressed. Wow, you have quite the eye look. I do want to see photos, everyone. I do want to see photos up on that Instagram. Tag me in them. Tag hashtag Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty so I can see them. I do want to see photos of anybody that's done this look. If you are watching this on the replay and you are doing this at home, then please do tag photos. Tag Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. The IG is just here. Look, it's here on the screen. Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. Look at that. Can you see how good I'm getting at this like interweb stuff? Look at that. Isn't that cool? So yeah, I do want to see the pictures. Right, I'm gonna add my lip color in now. Don't shout at you. I wouldn't shout at you, Anita. I won't shout at you, my darling. I don't mind whether your look looks exactly the same as mine, or whether you've just done a soft look, or whether you've used a completely different palette and actually, you know, you've ended up with a basic brown and beige look. It doesn't bother me at all. Just honestly, I just like the conversations that we have. I just like the fact that, like, it feels like I've got people to talk to on a Thursday morning, especially when Rufus is away, and he's probably going to be away. He's home this weekend, and then he's away again for another 10 days at least. So, in fact, no, he's away again for oh God, how long will it be? Monday. So that's 7, Monday to Monday. So that's 7. And then, hang on, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So he's away for 12 days next time. I know, right? So he's home this weekend and then he's back away for 12 days. Oh my God. I'm going to be the size of a house. I'm going to be the size of a house. But anyway, right, I'm doing my lips. Bear with, I can't talk and do my lips at the same time. Sorry. Oh, actually, that works really well with this look, doesn't it? This is what I've been doing a lot, you know, because this lip liner, one of the Revolution lip liners, because this has got a really nice formula to it, it works really nice just doing that all over the lip and then just adding a little bit of gloss. But I am going to use the little paler one, the Catrice one that I've got as well. And I'm just going to ombre that slightly just in the center. There we go, just to bring that pink element in. And then now this wasn't planned. This wasn't planned, but this is my lip gloss that's in my Team Project pan. And this is the Jeffree Star, the gloss one. I think this is one of the original formulas. This is the one that's got the micro glitters that basically have that color shift. You can see it. It's got that sort of slightly bluey color shift. How perfect is that for this look? Because we've got the blue shift on the eyes. So here we go. Look at that. So there we go. That is my finished look. I hope you all like it. I do need to go back in with my second layer of mascara just to properly finish off the look, but I'm having a bit, oh, there it is. I was about to say, I'm having a bit of difficulty doing that because I've lost the mascara, but I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. And then, here we go. Just put the second coat on. It just really helps me to define my lashes. Now, obviously, with the second coat, my lashes are already quite crusty, if you like. With the mascara on, so all I'm really doing is just coating the individual lashes, like on the ends, if that makes sense, like at the beginning, like that, and on the ends. And then I'm just going to take the same mascara wand and just carefully do my lower lashes, just like so. And that's pretty much today's look. All that's left is a lot of setting spray to make sure that it all stays in place. I don't have a lot of this left. Spoilers. Anita says, hang on, Ness said, why would we shout at you, Neat? And Neat says, because I'm not a makeup expert like you lot. I'm not a makeup expert. I'm just an enthusiast. I'm just somebody who, obviously, when I used to work on stage, but when I used to work on stage, it was very, very much more very over the top, because you had to literally like whack it on because of stage lights and things. So you went super bold with everything. So that's why I don't mind bold makeup. But to be honest with you, I've had to learn how to tone that down for day to day, because it's fine. It's absolutely great to have a look that works well on stage. Yeah, fantastic. When I'm under bright blooming lights here and color lights and gels and all sorts. Oh, I haven't got any highlighter. Oh, as if. Hang on. Oh shit. Oh no. I haven't got any highlighter. What's going wrong with the world? Right, let's quickly. You would have all left me without me highlighter. Right, here we go. Whack a little bit of that on from me, my whatever this was, the Illamasqua one, and just because that's what this face needs, a little bit more glitter. I know, on the eyes, under the eyes now, and on the lips, definitely what we need. A bit more micro glitter in the look. Absolutely. You can tell Rufus isn't here, because if Rufus was here, it'll be like, how much glitter? And then I'm going to use a little bit more. Just again, why not? She says that I've had, look at that. I was literally just saying I've had to learn to tone it down. And now I'm going, let's just add some more. Just a little bit underbrow highlight, just there, like so. And again, on this side, just a little bit of underbrow highlight, like that. Bit on my nose. Cupid's bow. There we go. Glowing for the gods, my darling, beaming for the gods. But there we go. That is today's finished. I am stopping now. Finished look. Let me just put my products back away so that I don't lose anything, including my lovely pencil sharpener, which I need for my lips, and then zip that back up so that, when I inevitably drop the makeup bag, because I seem to be doing that every single day at the moment, that when I drop the makeup bag next time, it isn't going everywhere. But there we go. There we go. You put your highlighter right under your eyes rather than the cheekbones. Any reason why? Yes, because my cheekbones are quite highly, like my cheekbones are really quite high anyway, and they're quite well defined. So if I add, so I've put my highlighter here. Now, because I've got a round face and I've got quite well-defined cheekbones, if I put it on top of my cheekbones, the highlighter is going to be here, which actually is not necessarily a bad place for it, but on me, it isn't going to do anything for my look. It isn't going to come up then. Come up then. No point sitting on the floor going, oh, I want to get up. Just jump up. You've got space. So yeah, basically, if I put it down, then it isn't going to like do anything. It's going to effectively make it look as if my cheekbones are a lot lower than they are. So by placing it just here under my eye, and kind of what it's doing is it's highlighting the under eye area. And then if you notice, let me get a brush. When I actually do my, where's the brush? Yes, Eddie, hello. Hi, you're a good boy. That's a makeup brush. He's holding my wrist. I don't know whether you can see. He literally goes, oh, and holds onto my wrist. So yeah, basically, if I put it here like this, it's on the very top of my cheekbones. So it's there like that, right? If I put it so it's there. If I put it on my cheekbone, so my cheekbones are actually here, then, like, again, if I smile, it looks fine. But can you see how low down that looks? Like, that looks really, really low. But you can, oh, there we go, that side. But can you see where I put the highlighter? So now here the highlighter is, it goes from here all the way up. And so it's under my eye, but also what that does is it creates this line here as we go up, and the blusher here, it creates this sort of, that now looks like my cheekbone, and this looks like where it's sunken in. And then because you've got my line of contour that's here, like you can see, it just basically sucks my face in a little bit here and just creates a little bit of, it creates that look. when I'm just sort of, when I'm sat normally, it just helps to chisel my face. So the way that I apply makeup, and is basically the way that I was taught, which is a standard sort of, it's the way that makeup artists actually do it, which is anywhere you put a highlighter, you bring forward, and anywhere you put a contour shade, you send back. So basically, by bronzing all up here, the idea is, it's a bit like using a contour. I am taking the color, I am sending this part of my head further back, which enhances this central part of my face, which brings my face out and slightly forward. What that does is it helps to slim down my face, because I've got quite a, I've actually got when I've lost some weight, I've got an egg-shaped face. When I'm this big, I've got like a square face. My face is very rectangular, across at the top, straight down, and with the double chins, it's like, look at this shape. So by putting, and again, I haven't contoured underneath my chin today, largely because, hello Nanette, hello my darling, nice to see you, my friend. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining. I know it's still ridiculously early where you are in the States. So yeah, basically by putting the contour here, and by sometimes I contour my nose. I haven't done it today, I've just realized. So I'm going to take whatever I've still got left on my contour brush and actually just tap it onto my nose. Again, what it does is it just helps to reshape my face. And by putting my highlighter so close under my eye and just here, it helps to bring my eyes forward, because I've got quite deep set eyes. It brings my eyes forward, but it also brings my cheekbones forward. And then because of the way that I apply here, like the rest of my face products, it sends the rest of this back. So it basically, it does this sort of effect, if that makes sense. It kind of, you know, brings all of this forward, but it also makes this part of my face the focus, literally this triangle. And that is what's deemed like a more perfect face shape. So anywhere with any makeup, anywhere you put something dark, you send back. Anywhere you put something light, you bring forward. So the reason we put light and sparkle here is because we want this part of our eyes to look as if they're further forward. We want our eyes to look as if they pop there. We want it to look as if kind of everything is a lot brighter. And then the reason we put this one, we put the darker colors on the outside of our eyes, is because we actually want our face, like the ideal face shape. If you look at my glasses case, right, the ideal face shape is actually this. So the ideal shape is like that. So pointy forward and then kind of like triangular back. That's kind of the ideal face shape. So we want to enhance everything on the center line to bring forward, and everything around the periphery you want to disappear into the background. And so because of the way that I put my cheekbones, what, do you not want to go toilet? Hang on then. And the reason I haven't contoured under my chin today is because I'm going to be wearing a face mask when I go out. I've actually got my face mask here for when I go out in a sec. You want to go toilet? Hang on. Intermission time. I've got to let everybody out for a wee. Come on then. Come on then. Toilet time. Come on then. Oh gosh. I know. Mummy's a bit crippled today. Come on then. Everybody out. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear, sorry everyone, they've all gone out for a wee. That's the joys of having fur babies. So yeah, so that's why I do that. Oh, let's just let the hair down. There we go. There we go. So that is, oh god, my hair needs washing and colouring. Desperately needs washing and colouring. Actually, it needs a cut is what I need to do. I keep saying to Rufus, he's going to come back one day and I will have like completely cut my hair, coloured it and everything. But I do have my hair colour here. The only reason I haven't coloured it yet is that I do need to go and, no, I do need a day where I'm not fibro-y, because like standing and doing all of this, oh, it really hurts. It hurts. So yes, Mars bars and ice creams in the foyer, everyone. Absolutely, absolutely, God. Except if you're on Slimming World, in which case you can have some oranges and a banana and maybe some lovely tomatoes or something, some cherry tomatoes. But you see how, look how long my hair is now. Look how long it is getting. I'm just not sure whether I want to. I think do I want to cut it really dead short? I don't know. I don't know. It's taken me so long to grow it, but the ends do need, like, it needs a good old trim, and it needs a good, what I need is a good old trip to my hairdressers where I do it all. I get the Olaplex or whatever the system is that they use that's like the Olaplex. I need the full-on like treatment and everything. Right, hold on. Let's just, I know, look at me using the phone, the camera as a mirror. But there we go. There we go. That doesn't look too bad now. You understand that well. Yeah, I know, right? It's just, oh God, it sucks. It really sucks. It's like I really want to do my hair. I really want to color it. But at the moment, I haven't got the spoons. But there we go. So that is today's finished look. I hope you have liked it today. I hope you followed along. Look, do you know what? Do you know what? This makes me, it always makes me laugh because I look like a girl I went to school with. That's what makes me laugh. Like, the whole up thing is literally taken from, if you're ever watching this, Donna Stansbridge from Southampton, like, oh my God. And I know that's not your name now because you got married and everything else. So I'm not going to reveal any other details, but thank you so much for for being my friend at school, because to this day I still have this like your hair flick that you used to do that I absolutely fell in love with. Like, this is something I still do to this day. So yeah, I know, right? It's incredibly aged, and it's like it's so an 80s look, but I love it. I don't care. But anyway, thanks for the tutorial today, says Neat. It was fun to follow along with you today, although not sure I can go to the vets later with this look on. Why can't you go to the vets? It's not that bright. Listen, you know your blue look that you did, and you were like, oh my God, it's so scary. You looked stunning. So if you have pulled this off, like even half as well as you did that blue look, you will look absolutely stunning, Neat. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Because the look isn't too bold. It's not too over the top. It's probably a little bit out of your comfort zone in terms of color story, but it's just a little bit of color. It looks absolutely fine. Little Miss Budget, you picked up a hair dye for £1.50. Oh, that's good. That's good. What color is it? You wouldn't dare color your own hair. Oh my God. I've been coloring my own hair since I was 16. I literally bleached my hair for the first time at 16. And yes, it came out orange. It came out the color of a parsnip and carrot soup. It came out and it was super brittle, and it just, you know, horrendous. But I learned it's been purple, it's been blue, it's been violetly sky, it's a humble like a remember like a violet, whatever the Mika song was. Absolutely everything it has been over the years. So yeah, it's been green, it's been all sorts. And I think this is the longest time that I say this is my natural hair color. Even this is not my natural hair color. Like, you can still see, look on the ends here where the t-shirt is, you can see this sort of slightly red tinge to it, because I did dye it like a super like dark brown with a red in it, going back a while back. So yeah, that was interesting. And I do have some more. What was that? Keep it, rock that look. Exactly. It's out of your comfort zone, but you like it. Absolutely. You can't afford to do that. What's that, Neat? What's that, Nanette? What, do your own, get someone else to do your hair? No, I know it is difficult, isn't it? It is expensive to like go and get it done professionally, which is why for those of us that risk it at home, I always think, you know what, it's going to grow back. It's going to grow back. You know what I mean? It will grow back. Whatever. Like, if I have it looking absolutely terrible, it will grow back. And you can always buy wigs. Like, if it looks terrible, you can always buy a wig and color it that way and disguise it, or you can wear a hat. you know, you can shave it all off and start again if need be. It's just hair at the end of the day, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, I've really enjoyed this morning, everybody, or this afternoon. I have really enjoyed today's stream. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. As I say, next Thursday and the Thursday after, Rufus won't be here either, because he is now going to be, he's back up this weekend, and then on Monday he's back down to Essex, and then I won't see him until not that Friday, but the Friday after. So yeah, he's going to be away then for 12 days, which is, oh my God, shocking. But it needs to be done at the moment because obviously he's helping out his parents. And so yeah, next Thursday and the Thursday after, like, do come and join me, because I am going slightly stir crazy, because obviously not having a car, not being able to drive, and being reliant on public transport with my fibro, I am very limited as to where I can go and what I can do. I am going out today because I'm going to Iceland to pick up some Slimming World meals, and I need to go and get some ham and stuff for the dogs because I've completely run out. And Rufus isn't back until tomorrow night, and so we're not going to be able to go to the shops and do a full-on, like a full-on restock, if you like, a top-up shop until when? Until ... Saturday at the earliest. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Oh my God, I cannot tell you how much I'm missing him. Holland, if you want to know how much I'm missing him, look at the bags under these eyes. Look at the lines, look at the bags. Like, that is how much I'm missing him. I completely miss him. Like, I completely miss him. Do a bus vlog. What would a bus vlog be? Just me sat on the bus with my mask on going, hello, I can't talk. There will be a video coming up. Hopefully, I'm going to try and finish editing it this afternoon, and hopefully it'll be up either this evening or tomorrow. That will be on my Team Project Pan update. And then there will also be some Slimming World videos or food related videos coming up. We've got some exotic fruit testing videos that I need to put together, and I think we've got a Lodo recipe one coming up as well for Slimming World. So I'm going to try and edit those over the next few days. Obviously over the weekend Rufus is going to be back, but I'm hoping that the fibro actually gives me a chance to, like, do stuff rather than kicking my backside. I really want the fibro to bugger off for a little bit and just allow me to like keep going. Oh, Kirsty's here right at the end. Hello Kirsty, my darling, I hope you're well. Oh, we missed you as well. I hope you're well. You can't catch the grumpy driver. What if I get on the bus and it's him again? Like the last time I got on the bus, Nanette, if you want to put the emoji on, the ambulance emoji, because Rufus's dad came home in the ambulance on Wednesday. He came home Tuesday. Today's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, so he came home on Tuesday evening, late night. So he had, is that right? Or was today his first day home? No, I think yesterday was his first day. Yesterday was his first full day. Or is that wrong? I don't know. One of the days that isn't today, his dad came home. So yeah, pop the ambulance emoji in the chat just so that just for that reason. Yeah. But anyway, Kirsty, I hope you're well, my darling. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling? Yeah, everybody did a get ready with me, and we did it fairly good. I'll put some timestamps in for this one, because I actually think that, like, the look today, I think it's turned out really nicely. And if you've been following this at home, both Anita and Ness followed this at home with their Nikkie Tutorials palette. So if you want to go back and rewatch this, I think it was about 20 minutes in that we started. I will put a timestamp on, because we pretty much just did the face, like going through it as if it was a tutorial. So yeah, hopefully, like, you'll be able to follow along on the replay. Yeah. Oh, my darling, I hope you're okay. I hope everything's good, my darling. I hope you're feeling a bit better today. I really do. I miss you. I miss everyone at the moment. But yeah, anyway, that is going to be it for today. I do need to get the dogs back in, because Elvie's run in twice and gone, Mummy's not telling me to get in. I'm going to go back out in the garden. So they're having a whale of a time out there. God knows what they're doing. Probably eating grass, or the latest thing that young Mr. Eddie has started doing. Eddie! The latest thing that he started doing is eating my, was it the lavender or the oregano? No, I think it was eating my lavender plant that I've got out in one of the tubs. I looked out the window and all I could see was him going, eating the lavender. So that's probably not a good thing. I need to check that they're not, I don't think they are toxic. But yeah, in fact, it wasn't the lavender because the lavender died. It was the rosemary. That's what it is. It was the rosemary that he was eating, which is fine. It was the rosemary because the lavender wasn't in that pot. I was just suddenly thinking, hang on, I haven't got a lavender. What the fuck am I talking about? I just swore. I was trying not to swear today. He was eating the, oh, I've forgotten it again. What was it? It's not oregano. What is it? My brain's saying lavender. It's not lavender. I know it's not lavender. What is it? Oh, it's rosemary. Good God. Jesus. I'm a good herbal witch, me, aren't I? Oh, yeah, just forget it all. But anyway, right, I'm going now, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Being so poorly has helped you lose 7.5 pounds in 2 weeks. That's not good. Oh, my God. That's really poorly, Kirsty. Oh, my God. I hope you're all okay. Yeah, Kirsty's going to fill us in on tomorrow night's Friday Night Natter. So if you don't know, everybody, have a look at The Kitchen Witch. The witch on kitchen is spelt with a Y. In fact, I don't know. I don't think we've got any. I don't think we've got any spanners on here now. Oh God, I can't. Hang on. YouTube.com/The Kitchen Witch. I think. Is that right? Is that gone on? I think that's right. I think that's the link. Double check it. But yeah, I think that's the link down there in the what's it. Yeah. So no, it's not. Oh God, I do hope you're well. I hope you're better soon, Kirsty. I really, really do. Sounds absolutely awful. But yeah, do go and check out Kirsty the Kitchen Witch on tomorrow evening, 8 p.m, 7 p.m, 6 p.m. Help me out, someone. 8 p.m. UK time, I believe it is, on Kirsty's channel, The Kitchen Witch, for a Friday night natter. So yeah, do make sure that you are around for that. I think that's the right link. I don't know whether anybody can. Is it 8 p.m? Hang on, asterisk PM. Yeah, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. What are we like? I'm saying 8 or 7 and you're putting asterisk. So yeah, whatever time, sometime tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time, over on The Kitchen Witch for that. I will be back on Sunday evening doing a tarot live stream. Sorry again that there wasn't a healing circle this week. I planned to do one on Tuesday and then I've just been so crap with everything in terms of the fibro and Rufus obviously being away. So yeah, that's been a really tough time for all of us. But yeah, anyway, that is it for me. And all I've got to say is stay you, stay safe, stay authentic. And I will definitely see you on another stream very, very soon. Thank you so much to everybody for joining me. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, ding your bell, and that way YouTube should notify you each and every time that we upload a video. I will see you tomorrow evening over on Kirsty's live stream. And I will, again, see you on Sunday evening over on the Witchy channel, Beyond Authentic. The I is a 1. For a Sunday evening tarot. If you can't join me for any of that, hopefully I will see you either next Wednesday on a Wednesday weigh-in, where me and Rufus separately, one in Leeds, one in Essex, will tell you all about our weight loss journey for that week. And then I'll be back next Thursday morning at 11 a.m. UK time with another palette. We could do a tutorial. We could just have a bit of fun. I might just do a random color wheel. Shall we do a color wheel segment next week, where we'll pick some colors on the color wheel and use the color wheel to show how we should and shouldn't mix colors. That'd be an interesting stream, wouldn't it? But that is it for me today. And as I always say, stay you, stay safe, stay authentic, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye bye.